I was here for Mamunina. Yadamasi, some of them are feeding out to 800.9 FM. Me mind to Jumedia and was soon a Guawutiano. You can form us a 12th of July 2022. It is a watch and live over Facebook and answer YouTube a neat 100.9 FM live and a YouTube no a despite media. I was for once in a while no where Uber experience a downside kakraba bones BBS is in the trace. What are they now? Why we see a boo? They just said BBI young one. A bassa no aminia a maudaya was so cranny it make a kaboom just a shata. A man now for crowd why was so much to me dinner with chibra a more denom. Woman you know than woman at the mount. Emma adofo to me do fa yawu pa yawudie just say wo mo yawadia ya be kan wani and I'm so krama wo sika sam so eto ape eyese basa abrabo no wate abrabo eno no wate yade kura betimi asan bo ena wadofo no bi kura betimi afiri wo sa ya nanso ne nyina mu no kan hunu say ye wo twedi amponyankropon bi wo ho no mo a wono wode abasa emu oduru ebekita wo Wabeje jotata no word wetwa saa o haw ni nyina na de ba kwa ede na anika na arechichi ewo mu ne se saa o haw ni abedidie ni akukuruwi ase ni nyina echi no odew ewechire eno na medija wawie ede amo akwa abaso no ko ede aba neat 100.9 FM so eye memman Ghana enti ena biamzi 1 mesin konwe production crew aye krado Jordan Adomag Jeros Ajma Frema Abankro ena nana ya osafo ena afayenua Isaac osai brobe ya wo GIJ o produce me from afar wanda roman wakeka niema se ania apia metiko se memrai na metra fidie no achi na metoto niema eni dwumadie ho chiame osisa no nan ebebo no nan bo pepepa ola Mike Babeji adwa na ono so agye ntata ede yen akofie sabre yen WhatsApp line no so ya activate e 0503721744 0503721744 wo message wo comment bia what the fa why backing can breast fatem e dia mawo sanso na Facebook live no wo betimi audi wo message no comment na afa ho eno so ye backing can kama e de amawo medin e de MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO wo betimi afra me biamzi one woman gadama me soja BIAMAH brofo de yabi ni nyina wo frɛ me a megye so me na medi dwumadi ho kyame.
Security agencies are doing their work and playing their role as they must. They are very vigilant. Ghana being an oasis of peace simply tells us that they are doing their jobs. So you stay vigilant too. So if you see something, say something.
Say something if you see something, my friend. If you see something, you for say something.
Nobody can define corruption in their own terms. No, corruption is corruption. Whether bribe or giving, corruption. You don't go you don't go for an event and expecting the politician to give you money. It's bribe. It's corrupt. You have to get it straight in your head. Uko event, nipana moska, scar of the man or the man for what reason? Lolofe, nibano. We are a politician, so you have to know this. And you don't come and justify to me say and bribe and giving. It's all corrupt attitude. You don't take it so that you'll be able to speak your mind freely. Because it's a as journalists, you've been compromised. You can't speak your mind. Because Minister Wimosika say, Chief Director Wimosika say, they are corrupt. It's a because you're corrupt. You have to understand. We are corrupt because you don't go to an event and expect the host to give you money. Other now company now they don't pay you. We are PCF, we are whatever corporations now. I will call an event. They should have paid you. Why do you have to go to an event and expect the host to be giving you money? Why? And you can't tell me that a bribe and you're giving.
I want to read from pages 233 to 233. And they talk about George's decision to enter politics and the battles and the advice that he ought not to enter politics. And it says from the last paragraph of page 223 says, when I decided to participate in active politics, someone who thought I was making a bad decision sent me what he called 10 reasons why politics was not good for me. To him, the things associated with active politics do not conform to my personality and my principles, and hence I should stay away from them. I reproduce his reasons just as he sent them to me. In politics, you must understand the following. 1, nobody has your interest. 2, everybody is chasing their interests. 3, dealing with politicians is like sleeping with tigers. You must always have your eyes wide open. 4, and this is one of my favorites. In any political equation, there's always someone being used. If you look around and you can't find that person, then it is you. 5, serving politicians is like a bandage on a wound. Once the wound is healed, your usefulness ends. 6, in politics, never will more than the bereaved. They will get the reward while you inherit their enemies. 7, in politics, in any event, if other interests conflict with your interests and you have to choose, always choose yours. Number 8, never cross oceans for politicians. You may drown. And it goes on and on. But then he concludes, and that is where the real lesson is. He says that as much as I understood the sentiments he raises in the above pointers, the question I ask myself is, if not me, then who? Whether we like it or not, democracy is what we have allocated to ourselves. We therefore need people to take an active interest in it. It is unfortunate that how some politicians have conducted themselves over the years has probably given credence to these sentiments expressed earlier. And George goes on to say that we need to change these sentiments. The people must have belief in the system of government because that is the only way true development can occur. I was motivated to contribute my part in making politics attractive to people like me, and indeed to all Ghanaians. And to the best of my ability, that is exactly what I've tried to do ever since I became part of frontline politics in Ghana. While contesting for the Utu Senya West parliamentary seat, I prepared and shared my message with the voters, a copy of which is found in Appendix 1. I'm working hard to live by that message, hopefully with God on my side. The journey has not been easy, as I have stated. Nonetheless, I'm still soldiering on. I came into politics with my integrity intact, and I intend to keep it as such. The sad thing, though, is keeping your integrity is one of the most difficult things to do in Ghanaian politics. While I strive hard to serve and execute my duties with the best of intentions, some people will do it.
In my own view, we cannot, as Africans, keep on lamenting, because the problem with us Africans also is that we are prisoners of sorrows and lamentation.
Can't say in Coba by Ameno, Nanetima, maybe say, in Cassini Ghana Tia, can I cook for do? I mean, I come to say, of a prince of a president, in Comba, I will see the Wayanu, Yehu, Bagua account, Bagua Cassin for Bonnie with your man, so money bread, the Yehu, the Waye, in Chashan say, on the uncle, none of it to your man, on by ye, the members of Cancer Nana, bye bye yo, bye bye yo, Nanado, bye bye yo, Baba yo, Baba yo, Baba yo, Nananko, no Bimbra. Now, yes, physically talent. Yes,
we have the Avocana Ubre and Asono. Sanya Kamuni, and Brother Bia, you to see one more at the board del roof, a Quanso Jojo, who sent a bay a Quanso Ebejo, Nayare and Quanso Jojo, who the Uba do a yawo, Nita from Hankwa, Mimanti Eswa. From January to June, Afimono, Usha Equensiane Cas, a Bobon Crofone, Nipa Ewoni Adeno, Yamiadum, a swat pa, a swat yanka, Fibia, a so etesa, and Kagana, Yakoya Nim Papa. What they are 2022, at 2023, the Yanawa, what you must say, Afi 2022, no, and Quensiane Nipa Kumani Adeno, above from Kakra chain. Afi etwe mono emo enti yebebuye nyina ye ho abaso na ye da nyame ase ni asere se empanyimfo nkoso amfa nhyehyeye enwa kwamu se ne yebeya eso betia ba fom kura nka 2023 nyame ya dom ne yesimu a na nka hu safe die reduction no aye significant pa na obia ehunu bi na etimi aboa ye nyina enti enne ekwanso kosakose akra bi na mete medeti ani afri honom na ewie nyame adom yensa aka Trasaco Group Limited for one more ewo yenche wa hase ye ne womo ebedi nkomo bi ya senhia pa sabe Ghana ha no wa amwani anye den kakra bi a obi edo sekan ebedwa nanka obepa wani so amwani so abiriw ade a yaw de apa no bohu ana obi eji twintwan e de free onsam ebi nso a na enye sa nipa no ebi abehwe na onkrata asem ne ade nkoyie enti de bia na no nsem betena hanameka ye nkyerɛkyerɛ fa kwan a befa so obetimi ato asase a ɛho son a how bia enkoba ho ya yenye due diligence kakra ai uye due diligence na woni emanyina da na kwan ma obi ba ubutu no to no twene ba bi kura eze wasem ede Yami adom minua bema Kwame Usu danso aba be kame sa Kwame memo akwa aba
oba hema apomo
Yami adom na unso
na awia ho ayefe sa no
me da se wonso ho ayefe pa
am say koyi ma pa
kala no pa because I am me kala pa
pa
and I Washington sa no ho ayefe wie
me da se
yemo akwa aba bio
ya
na Trasako group limited wo ye den wo ho
pacho me na me Okasamafo
oh okay
Okasamafo ma Trasako group.
Okay. Na mo se dia na ekoso and money jail company limited for. E dia na ekoso wo montam.
Yo me da se wa ma me akonya. Ma me fa wa homa iso na me nchia eye obi a otie bia wiei. Na em se ensem bi kokoso efa eye jaleo ene Trasako ho. Na ya yedin ache dodo. Enti em se nkrofo atumfutra gu nkrofo ani. Enti no amanfo binum feel se eye Trasako for ye na yetrimu odin ana se ye na ye mpese amanfo na omasi eye omufie ni ade wo pantan ensase e ben Micheleti company no ye pese e kobubu dugo de di kan me pese me de start ne se ye nka se e kokubu obi afie.
Okay.
Until I just want to make that fact here. Get it clearly say ye nka se e kokubu obi afie de di kan no.
Me ba before obe clarify sa way no. Nansia the Greater Accra Regional Minister mo ekobubu ye no.
Pacho nye no. Eno em se frafra ha baby.
Okay.
Eno de mbe ye kra. Wada Roma ho de mbe ye. We ye Pantan.
Pantan ankasa.
Pantan so e wa Denton municipality.
Oh okay.
It will call Pantan Hospital ho a. Onsa right.
Okay.
Bo say eye Micheleti company.
Okay.
Right by Micheleti company. De kwetche ho nyina sa asase na e wo ho no.
Eye Trasako for dia.
Yes.
Oh okay.
And ehum sensem bia ba na ene
ehase free
yo enti ehase ache kakra na MC 2019 no na eye Jaleo company omode company be friend Zion Energy Eco Court se sa asase na eda ebe Micheleti na ewo de ewo Micheleti achire ni nyina no eye won Jaleo company limited for womodia na o kinkan eye enseme course wo court na che se eye Zion Energy for no crown court no mama enti no court enter be friend default judgment che se me no wasem na se wamba na se emre na wo se wo de enter appearance no atwam a ubetimi nipa na wo de case ne court ubetimi make application na court on the basis of that no court abuama ne se asem no wona wadi enkonim enti no na yenim yante ho hwe enti yehu ya ne se em se wo ho na yehu se kofo bi ni police fo ni ade omo ba na omo de bulldozers ni ade ebubu
ewo momo
asase no so nti se asase na omo de court na ye asase a eye me boss ne papa ne toye oton 1978.
Wow.
Nti from 1978 basi 2019 no na me boss CC staff quarters ni ade for security for ne omo hwe Trasako furniture no eso ne Micheleti ni other companies e wo ho no na ya CC staff quarters ya je ban afa asase ne ho nyina ya to wall afa ho nyina enti no ye be hu ane se bulldozers bi ni ade ebubu nsase de kokoko so na afa omo ye sun winning e de ma contractors na no omo ye pantan kwan no ne ade nyina enti enu mu na ye se ye ntimi ntina ha Emma obi mfo obi nkokot asema ye nim hu be okotu akọwe ne mako na ye aponchene ye na ye beti hu fifre it's at the tia ye so ye be ekokot na yakoshe court say sa rate of possession na wode ma eye Jaleo company 2019 no anka wontwem because wo mo ba asase no so no endances so enya asase a eda hokwa ena ye se asase pete bia ni ba bia enya asase eda hokwa ena enya asase a ye mfa nya hwinti a wo beka se obi enti asase no so enti no court be ma sa rate of possession no against another company yen ni muhwe ye de court no high court no ye grounds ye de call and say sa entire judgment ni nyina ko mo ntontwene na face our rate of possession no any declaration of title na wo mo de ma Jaleo for no enko mo ntwem High Court ne anya adwene. High Court ne say omo de asase no omo hwe supporting evidence aye de ba no a. Sa asase na na da ho no na edan bia nsi so. Eye nwuram.
Empty.
Za no wo pese o kire say judge ne ka say eye nwuram. Enti judge no editi aye. Yanti ye ho ase. Esan say ye wo documents, ye wo contract ye ne ye abusua no moto asase ne ma from 1978. Sa documents ni bibia ho title bibia ho. Enti ye call Court of Appeal. Ye call Court of Appeal no, ye call Court of Appeal on 28th of October 2021.
Okay.
Enti ye de one call court. Ye de one call Court of Appeal no. Na ye grounds are ye gina so declaration of title no. Any recovery of possession of sa assassinate ye ka ho asem no. And an order of perpetual injunction. Ka say perpetual injunction che say e was say omo ede court ne de ne sa to so. Say be ya omo ntimi nye endi dwuma bia wasase no so. Kopem bra court no na ebedi asem na wie. And say an order so a be direct lands commission because omo ye search ni ya obo hu say obi wo interest wasase nim. Pacho so what you say. Anti kwan ye won fa so nya title no. E ye kwan ye nim ne ekwan omo fa so omo de nya sa title no. That che say lands commission won so no. Enema ekoso ho. Eno ye be kan wasem. Na court no kasa bebre. Court no fa ye rely on emram no ye free bibi CI 47 order 43 rule 3. That order no emma can be said say unya judgment na say court no enter judgment for say we akwaje possession ya dia e was niam bia wo say udi so enye na so sorry ya na say about obi asase so bebu e was say we make sure say obi a owa asase no so a owo possession therefore yes we be masa nipa na sutre say bibi say na o ye when you say na say nipa no wo bibi a wo so ka na wa court no wo be court
okay
na ono so de ne dia akotudwa say pacho wo wama nipa no asemasi that sa judgment we but oba he no me wasase no so asase no media enti wuntimi man sa order of possession no sa court ne ye adwen Court of Appeal rule ye no Court of Appeal say and we know it's important because me judgment we ya major ma
okay
na wada unya daje a nanka wa wahwem aha Court of Appeal no ka asem Court of Appeal no say wo hwe da judgment na high court ma ye no enti omunya sa possession no it was given in error.
Okay when
high court ye na omudi ma jele no Court of Appeals court ne say we appeals court dey no or say it was given to Jelolo in error or say mama kano potokasem we am now having regard to the affidavit evidence put before the court, it is plainly obvious that the learned trial judge committed an error of law when he refused the application to set aside the writ of possession, thus occasioning a grave miscarriage of justice to the appellant. You know, appellant. So, or say, then trial court, high court, high court, trial court. One more fire semo and Omandi Asemnechi, MBB, and Semeni so. Answer evidence na de buy now omo cause so ema judgment against us no it was a grave miscarriage of justice omo ye from so kese pa eti we na ma Court of Appeal no gina so e ka say debi se sa na tie de a eye sa judgment na omo de ma jeleo nti omo nya possession nti a omo bebubu edan na e wo ye nsa so ne ade no omo reverse sa it was erroneously done you can say be erroneously done and it means that I was say we reverse sade no edical position na obi a was asase no so tie yes etino na nwanwa say tobe ni ade tie no mu no na ye sure krata de koma Ghana police me o copy wa ha
okay
requesting for police assistance to reinstate the appellant into possession and to maintain the status quo ante yes I say maintain status quo ante I say o say do call baby na say na sa na tie eti ye sure letter de call the registrar of the court. Court of Appeal ruling no. No omo cho letter come police say na court na ka. Ti sa na tie dia ene omo mboaye.
As a police in say for no be reinstate mo and I say e be mass as na call the former state.
Thank you very much. Go home. Na ne ye wo no mbubu ye no. Any staff quarters are ye the housing Ghana for ne ebinom yire ne omade mo buy no mo de me pese me use voice bi already so but omo de crofo be bu ye workers I mean threaten wo mo ne ade ntina ye be threaten wo se ye be ku anwane and eja mo dwane na me say eno no wo mo nya police protection 3 continuous days.
Wow.
I was surprised. 3 continuous days. And on bebu bu yen dan ya yesi ama staff quarters ne ward ayaji unya mu bu juri ho nyina. Na court no po asem na mo de court ne was for 10 acres.
Assassin how many acres?
Assassin no ye I'm say a year 1048 I think 48 hectares. 48 hectares. Na 10 acres no munya ye. Ye fa ne say enumpo ye fa ne say assuming without admitting say 10 acres no po na court de mamwa. 50 acres now I'm grading now about saying 50 acres now I'm grading about saying now court you see the court of appeal the judges are very very intelligent.
Yeah.
Judge no can be me who baby I poti or document but maybe mount.
Okay.
Judge no say in fact or refer to a Supreme Court ruling by one of our learned justices Murphy the Kakra. But justice no can be or say onim say and send be brewo court them no ya na ensase ho nsem. Now usually no eya na ensase hu sema regarding possession eti no obitimi court yesi amana possession ye man asase baako a okuta possession because possession no does not define the parameters and defining baby asase mama mitwi no ehie na e wo senka ograde no once o possession no o simi o possession it's in any asase wo ho nyina say ben de enko akakra de obefa aka ho and that is baby aye draw any back and forth there ema issue ni be ye kese ai kwa atese ni say yenya sa court of appeal judgment no na ye trauma ye register na trauma e come police sisi ano say na court aka na say na court aka there any we have to get police assistance to reinstate Trasacco. Inti anumu no ye church koya today no na court bailiff for ne bae o me my possession. Go court bailiff no be my possession na there we be say on there wu na o my possession na wi. Inti no omni police for ne bae no omni ye surveyor na ye consase ne ho na omo tare nkrofo dan ho ne ade say there has been a judgment entered in favor of Trasacco. You see you enti omoma esa we no ye say ye the machines no ebe clear a few staff omo amastate court assembly court or court onze bu assembly court on train no mu si na nwumre nti those people no na man me boss ka say say na tell that ankrofo na omo dan ni si ho a
omo abesi no
at the time na ye court no o see clear free ho but omo na omo si di da no untimi hwe say obi eneska ho edin obi akoto iron ross obi ato ne cement e de asi ne fie wo se menya judgment u bebubu nti no na idea ne say wo mo my foundation is a small footings no ye be clear na ye ne won da so bi say omo be ba na ye no be komo mame wani atepa so that was the plan wo mo na omo so they will come forward and then we'll come and have a meeting with chairman is very open for conversations enti no ye say ya na omo ko file injunction immediately. And one lawyer no file injunction. Now, your file injunction, and no, it's stay of execution. It's even if war judgment, Krana say you file stay of a year, you cannot go ahead. It's your change so. Your change so no. And I'm saying, Pacho me the BIAMAH a Supreme Court ruling. What they want kasa kai.
One match also exhibit D1 in the Superior Court of Judicature, in the Court of Appeal, Civil Division. And one more me back from Hanamo Trasacco Furniture Limited versus Jalil Company Ghana Limited and Zion Energy Limited. Plaintiff no any respondent no Jalil Company Limited and a defendant Zion Energy Limited. More Trasacco Furniture for more na more applicant.
That's right.
And now say parties in absent. It can mo cancel ye hwan eneskusi.
Yes.
Ene Kwame
amena
no etano.
Wa bempa.
Aye. It court no so a judgment.
Ati na pesa wo kan no.
Judgment is unanimous. The appeal succeeds and the ruling of the trial court is hereby set aside. The writ of possession dated 21st November 2019 issued by the Trial High Court is also set aside.
Thank you.
No order as to cost. And so
we a Court of Appeal there no.
Okay.
When a nya na
certified true copy.
Thank you.
And Justice of Appeal S Jamefe.
Yes.
Was sign wa ha. B Mensa Justice of Appeal no so assign. And Ayene Mrs. Justice of Appeal no so assign. 31st March 2022.
It's Pacho we a Court of Appeal there no.
Okay.
Said the bear person Michelle a quiet nyina so bi na e won ti a na e pese rasa ase no so bi. Na Pacho mo di injunction e koye no. Ma me ma we a Supreme Court there no.
Okay.
But the doors won't be kind. We there kind conclusion na court na arrive here.
And we need a Supreme Court.
Supreme Court there no. We injunction na wo mo de call Supreme Court no.
Okay.
Court ni buaye no.
Okay.
Say na court na kind conclusion.
Okay. I see under the circumstance of this case, whilst the preliminary legal objection that the failure by the applicant to obtain leave before filing the appeal fails, the application for stay of execution is, however, dismissed on a more substantive ground of failure to comply with mandatory requirements provided in Order 43 R3, which is fundamental to the sustenance of the application. The application of stay of execution by applicant thus fails.
Thank you.
BJM Tuchi.
Thank you.
Justice of the Supreme Court.
Thank you.
And why?
It's yen justice penyini bako na kasa asem way. Say on the basis say that Order 43 Rule 3 no omo comply with no. Sa a injunction application.
Order 43 Rule 3.
And no na e say na make sure say yes see amount enter judgment amount possession whatever it is. You need to make sure say obi on what you need to take some steps. I mean steps na or you talk about every brain for minutes. But steps say 4 steps or 3 steps. I was say we making sure say we be exhaust our steps no. So it to the extent to say one exhaust our steps now later obi aba forward say na trasako ya aba forward say na ye was asase so that since 1978 it no court no any year ndi ni year it na Supreme Court can say that injunction na wo dey aba no that injunction no it should be dismissed. What it means is that asema Court of Appeal kan no eno ano no. So what it also means is that
this one holds.
It holds.
Okay.
What is all because the injunction was on this. That execution no.
Yeah.
We wanted to execute no. Say I was say you reinstating and back.
Sure.
And no we injunct against. You call omodi and omodi call Supreme Court. And in the very knowledgeable or in the wisdom of the court no. Court in the say asema a Court of Appeal kan no. The crack around say asema Court of Appeal kan no. Eno ano no. Nti no sa say omo rate of possession na omo nya 2019 nti omo bebubu yen sa ase ne ade no sa rate of possession no ene sa order na high trial court in the man no it was done in error.
Okay.
Nti na tie dia asase no ye dia enu ani o enu mu no na yes ka say o say ase na akoba ne dia ye ne langas for nya adwuma ye di mraso ye throw police command police ye hia police assistance. Said the bear you bit me enter property no. Inti no ye chiro come police police beginning them say first day the police for by I remember my assistance and mu na injunction ni ade ne buy. Inti later no na ye call say okay. Supreme Court dey buy na ye can say oh. Say na aba ne dia. Ene na sa time na asem no koso court no. Na jealousy for. Na omo entrance bi omo ye. Omo chiro ho jealousy. Sa time no not jealousy be any ho. So when we were in court, they were still developing. Flagrantly disrespecting the highest court of the land. It is how jealousy now entrance now ni any hot a bright share court asem national. Yekobubu no. Yebubu ni ya. Afe no, it will compel omo sisi omo fie wie ni ade no to come and have a conversation with us so that they know that they are new owners of the land. And when and then almost monte on wasi. Omokofa land gas for the chisel. Yeah, operator, excavator operator no. One the chisel worn in fit. Oh, I'm telling you, I'll have pictures.
I am bloody.
Omode screwdriver, who trim.
Wow.
And now omoji excavator ba koko show mo yard nim and omo peja two mu.
Wow.
Peja two mu no na police for the fire service for be doom jano. Can you imagine say ahomnachi 12 midnight. Now on my side the petrol. Sa eshi kakranti and she now for the machine jobe, machine cry. Even when the police had intervened, even when the fire service had come to put off that fire no setting the first time. Subsequently, no much charge. Machine is your quarantine.
About side jelly for no one more motive and Kasana saying.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to go into their minds.
Okay.
But any responsible business person must be a respecter of law. I also would dim raso. Ye de mra na ye adwuma e wo Ghana. Because ye amfa mra nya adwuma. Kroma obi antimi ntina. Wo na ma no obi abowasum. Emra na ye se de adwuma. Eti no se wo de wakọ court. Na se court higher court. Ebua se sa trial court judgment no de ma oni nimu a. I think say nka there was any reasonable person there was ye ne say. Wo bebe nim. Na oni papa na watna asase so 1978 no. Ebedi nkomo. Na de wombia no mwaka. Because papa no na me catch on enra na me catch Madam Fukofi. Enra me ne kwatena so say Kwame, listen, I've spent so much on this case. All I need to do is for people to come forward, for us to have a conversation. At least I can recoup some of the money, not even all, some of the money that I've spent on legal fees and all those things. Or a nipa, or a businessman. Now, you funny say, you see, sometimes yeah, na Ghana, you place racism card no. I'm say maybe a chum kakra, na metie station, I'm 30 nit pa. Na me who say a representatives from Jeleo near the Oma betna hana no free Italy, and no free her, Maria Jose. Na metie makuma bo peri.
I say be free Italy, I no swap for the right process on
one. Oh ya Ghana ni. You see that's the beyond so ya Ghana ni so. Obahema. It's also the fact say he is an investor. And then so we chop picture. That's a Trasaco Villaggio building in Nimwa. That's a Magana. He's a developer. Okay, who been a Ghana IFA? Valua ya dia aba asasisu nyinano. They are part of it. Trasaco near there ye be kaipa sata mana ye former one of the best presidents we've ever had. Former President J. Kufo. Tamano wa bem na near BIAMAH say Ghana. Is it Ghana 50 or something?
50.
Trasaco gave out houses for the presidents who came. Yes, for the presidents who came. I'm a Liberian president, Nekraka Senko, maybe no Kata say he's a Ghanaian, he wants to stay in Ghana and help develop Ghana. But this is a man who is not just living in Ghana. Now you see, people have created some misconception about him and almost setting up community against Papano. Wow. It is here in the community, no, be after Papano you within you.
Wow.
I mean, I'm coming through. Areho.
Wow. Yankasa legally possessed
I am
land.
Telling you. Eti eye pantahon de obi afio say o papa no de o ye within the timodin and aye we asase and our person o faculty kwan bi so echinchim yesage asase obebubu ye ndan obeyese na say na so free he enu so free he tep chinchina chi because kala na ye kokko a oh ye tu kwan ekọ obi kuro so ekọ ye yie de ba krom ha o na ti obi so fi ni krom e ba ha be ye yie de kọ ni krom a ye de your problem. You see the mentality of us. Mm-hmm. And it's wrong.
It's a say Jelil Fuya, or my assay, or Mocoisa, or Mompene, and my mummas are sent to me yejuma, and Meshena, so my former business Yadan was Sonny Adeno, or Mumman and Comno Metanasena, is cry and prevailina, Bibia and Conenimno. Or Mumpini, Mobasa, Supreme Court of you. Yeah,
no dear, Min Canissia.
Okay.
The son said, yeah, but the most important thing I'm a person, and they say, omo tutons as if Jeleo ho any some of the family if there's a family now more controlling land near there no. There are some individuals who are level-headed, very very level-headed. Your lawyers for whom, your police for pay for near there, matese police for pay for matese journalists for be near there ha omunim de etino me dear the Mecca wo one of the most listened to radio stations no and they say I was say omofa kwan bi so ehia papa no eni ne din komo like I'm saying
omo aton sase
say enye ne fault enye ne fault you see enye ne fault say be me beto asase wo ho na watch them title say me what title la na me to a me who say echira sem bi wo ho biem but the question is how was the title procured so it is our land title for ni ade omo wo ho na omo yes animal omo nja because you see Ghana for Yankasa Ghana for Krano. We are going through that.
Who say and from Sony be free?
Free ho. Nenye no a enke wa ha. Te obi wa asase. What's an assassin so from 1978 and there are documentations. Let me ask my fire exhibits number registration be biaho. Now obitimi register title on a title. Root title no fi ebusuam. Ebusuafo ni nyina sign 1978 assembly.
One more sign.
Oh sabi. So but the end me say identity land administration in Ghana no. They be you see if any say a penna you disturb your justices near there with land issues, land litigation.
A 5 commission.
5 year. I was almost pambebre or honor. I'm coming through because most of them are corrupt. One more can entina near my way in air coso. Because some media my better masasi. Media what the title actually me register be ye, my be register me come baby. But it's your same more. It's your same more. Maybe one and for be more lands commission.
Because I quite remember some man penyim bi or no the near fear so for what didn't so for kama or by the problem be too many the fear was no or call lands commission no be a call lands commission what the fear no akwaji loan.
Maminka asemina
fear na collateral.
Maminka asemina straight. We see last where madam for be the catch me. Or say lands commission for no. Now, o say almost ton aban sa sinis and money be. You know when they identify they're able to sell it and things like that. Now, say na mistaken, you know, Minister Bakwasa.
I don't got on.
The fears is so.
I don't got on.
That's what my manager had the letter. I said, your house has been sold. I said, what do you mean? It's the last commission. Yeah, they never be the agro. Me matna Rwanda kakra.
Okay.
Matna Rwanda me me law.
Okay.
Now Rwanda no. One land administration no. BIAMAH. You cannot sell land twice. You can't. Because of the corruption. I say near obenya kakra. Obi benya kakra ha, obi benya kakra ha. Anything like papa ya work on the retirement, work on the pension. I was like by this time and I call in nana no money ade ejomani. Now for ye the land litigation court in Semo Hano because of some of the errors of lands commission. Me a journalist so. Me a journalist so to be more information. So
when the bus are no, our mutual jato mo excavator money at the mobile police for money. I must have that formal complaint to my police.
That's right. Yeah, formal complaint to my police.
The action be almost what take.
And no mean come too much because see I know you're the court. Our court is so able but I no mean to mean caught into the merits of
looking at some Moody court at training. Do you think this jail company respect the court decision at the end?
They have no choice. Because Obiatina Kromano can say, I won't respect the court's decision now. Go in, a bit chaotic. Because, send a no sano, Obisubeka send a Missum in Ranabeshemism. Miss de Maya, Messumaji Massas, Mayor. Matiti say, and say, do you know the people behind Jello? What do you mean? Who is above the law in this country? Who is above the law in this country? When I hear those things, I get very upset. Even the president, the one, the number one, man of the land.
Chief commander of
Ghana Forces. Yes. You know, yes. Respect him, Rano. It's wow, brand say. So it is hand your manner, me maka, de biameka. But not TV so I am meka. Mame biama. Me say the reason why Ghana yentimin ko eneme in discipline. Yen bushe wukruma. Yen bu abai. Obitimi and na do ko kufu ado mitimi call the pictures na sia no be obi yeno. I mean, sometimes I wonder. Former President Mahama, no be yeno. I wonder. So, I wonder. Yembushe driver need driving by heart. Lands commission, we don't respect the laws of this land. It's how do we expect for this land, for this country to grow? Na krone boy, my only plea to Jaleo Company Limited is that if they know that they want this issue resolved, the only reasonable conclusion we must come to is for them to have a conversation with us. Okay. Because they cannot tell me, can't tell me, say, they cannot tell me, say, they don't know what the court has said. They know precisely what the court has said. So, it's, taxes, legal taxes, no one filing contempt, no one filing just, they are just wasting time. And we will make sure, say, what is rightfully us is given to us. Because, Sebi, What to fear? What if you so? Na obi akọ beebi akọ chinchim obi nsasa aba say if you na wo timu no ne dia. How would you feel? You're fine. Ya same nyina ni. It's na major cases bibia or how in your spare moments, just go through the documents and you will know precisely what the court said.
As they say, omo see omo adan e wo so now no. O pese omo ba
exactly.
Then Trasaco group for betena say edi nkomo no mo hunu ba bia e wo se ombetu eskani bi na so ombe de bi o omo ne mo medi san nkomo no. What about omo an omo so edan wo so dada the for no ebedwiri gu.
One man edan na wo so dada no. Most of them were for us.
Oh, okay.
That courtesies. Yeah, they're staff no. Your staff are team.
Oh, okay.
And you know, don't be na. Yeah, na boy.
Wow. Papa mo I was said the so mutua maka e was
precisely. But even my boss grandpa there. Oh no, you see, he doesn't want to burden them too much. Compared to burden jail for too much with paying this, paying that, paying this. They okay, you know, say they na court naka. It's you know. One more sabi omuton sa asia omunim no. They are bona fide purchases for value without notice of any other person's interest. It's in one no, they have to just find a way. Me show some association is no. They should find a way of us meeting and resolving this matter amicably because Papa na catch him and I'm telling you and I'm stating it on record. And I have said will come from will be a recording here. I am stating it on record that per my conversation with my chairman, Ernesto Tariconi, and Ra, he has indicated to me, he said, Kwame, he said, listen, these are his words. Kwame, I'm old. I don't want to make more enemies. I don't want for people to hate me or my family, even though I know that I am in the right. Those people who have built their homes at the roofing level, or people who are even living there, I cannot go and demolish their homes. That will be inhumane on my part. All I want is for them to come forward so that we will have a conversation. In the final analysis, whatever money that I have spent, at least I'll be able to recoup some, one can say all, some of the amount of money I have spent. And this is somebody who is reasonable. This is somebody who is reasonable.
So after a court ruling, BIAMAH still and microphone are forward. Is there any action? Yeah, we take it against.
Yes, we will take some action. Legal, any action that is legal, we will take those actions. Me smile, was so smile. The point is that we need to respect the laws of the land. And Kobani say, Ibinum say, and the company we win him the Oshech, when the Shechri, or Yame. And that's also chain Ghana Mrano, Mrapon was a chain. Ebia Sebi Kafrache, Ebia, who on Crophobia or high places at this time. But Sangrovono, would they be at the same position forever?
Possession is not possession.
Thank you.
Definitely.
It's you know, and mre bedida ebedane. And mre besesa. It's mre is sana say also be shame mamoto mu a. Then na pese me no daily. But we don't need to get to the point where ebeye back and forth. Na me mia also abaiba no mia me. We so abaiba no mia we and I say we so crofobia ni we so crofobia ni we. We don't need to get to that point. Ye nyina ye Ghana for. And I was saying making sure say you dim raso. Say the be your mind no be tumpon. Say the be your mind no be konenim.
Okay, Kwame me pese we susu bi kire omo a SCC omo down to the roofing level a omo ho sesi an me pese we ka bibi kire omo. Na before be ka bibi kire omo no. What should that officially add the letters akoma won to inform them about this decision no boss matic.
Pacho Debbie. Because Andra, we just had this conversation yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I had this interview today.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I have spoken to one of them, who is a friend. And I said, I want him to even lead the discussion with his people. That this is what my chairman has said, and this is what we intend to do. And you know, they should also say that, oh, we agree. Let Kwame come. Let's sit down. Let's agree on the terms. Whatever decision, the chairman has given me the power to lead it. And no, I say, Kwame, I want you to lead this for me. So he's giving me the power to lead it. He said, whatever I'm saying is a representation of what he would say. So, it's been in the makeup. But the same sense to be a BM say, there is no way you will be a fear. But the other can say, One more affair, I must start your foot is near the end. One more fear or harder than to try and prevent them. Yes, they should try and prevent because they cannot tell me, say, time I called bailiff, no, a day, a better down. They are not aware. They are aware that judgment has been entered for Trasacco. But of course, on one fear, say, you need to face, I know what you already say. If you're not messy up Pantino, you be bubuno. Obviously, they will fight back. And we understand that they are fighting back. We understand that they are fighting back. But the right things must be done.
But I will prefer Senka officially, so even though money won't better not say akasa, but officially inform them. Inform them, say, Bia, this is where the whole thing is going. It is time for them to sit with you.
Yes.
Now more discuss.
That's an option.
Sure.
The other option is that, and this kind of arrangement, we have had similar arrangements with different people who have not been difficult. When they saw that judgment had been entered, they came. They came.
And so when we normally stop one,
but they came. You see, they came, and right now, no, and so maybe I don't know say. Say. But me, my plea and my warning to them is that what affair was at you no. Yedika abohukoko. Yedika catch them. The publications about. What affair who see dear no. And they may cancel.
And you be a mode, Mama, be a more third eye be or how no so monitor.
Oh, yeah, well, yes.
Bibinia, because Ghana, dear, Ghana near one. Ube one was here drew lentil and a joe. I say, called Ghana Mra, we see down drew lentilla, and you see a book for him, because he never so bad than another, and I said, different.
Where the Mrs. No, my show video cacrebi.
Okay.
It's one say, one more. And run the Sunday me.
Oh, okay.
Baby, almost almost two. I will show you the other one.
Okay.
So I'm not to know a waterlogged area. It's the way are not. If you see how the man wanted to develop the area, or anybody keke. Now waterlogged area or not so or the bear some park be my feeling ho nyina no moto. Ane.
Wow.
Ade. So it's this is what our message is.
Okay.
And the point is that I just want to state here and now say that media confusion now mo futu to go conform to pantano omunjai because they know the truth. No mo lawyer no betimi be twitwan trust unjai santo no twitwan. It's because better. That's not what the court said. That's not what the court said. He knows what the court said. Okay. And that is why I made the court of appeal ruling in Hebrew. Yeah. How do you say we did not challenge the ownership of the land? We are only challenging possession. I mean, lawyer
how do you possess?
How do you possess it? It was a semi who's on law school. But what do you do? How do you, Kofi? How do you say that we only challenge the rate of possession? We did not challenge the ownership. What gave you ownership? What gave you ownership? And what gave you the rate of possession? By attacking the rate of possession, invariably, we have attacked the ruling by the trial court. That is what it means. It is some foot no mututugu organization. Some association. They should stop it. They should stop it. Year. Lawyer no trying to fake na unjai. Let's say the takashina o popo and unjai. Unjai no mumre nim near no munim komo. Na ye arrive at a workable
Okay.
And here.
Yo, Bame.
What are
Medasi pa. I was here for any about Kwame Usudan so a corporate affairs general manager Trasacco Group. And I'll see and no AD and Komo Efa Trasacco Womo and Gel Company Limited and Tawantawa Kakra about Womontema Court a ruling or Bua Seminole at the Amatra Sako. And so as a Mentame CB Ecoso any ade ya and Nuntino Womo Ede Womosem Abeto Neat at you for enim O Gidima Passe or the Faheno Gel Company for no Womonpenny Fonso Ate. Now woman Antana say and come for ye into Yena. Emfa asumdwe emra wo so a asi wo mo fie adru roofing level na se for dada no mo mode anhwese mo ne mpanyufo ba kotena se na motimi akade yie ato yie no ahunu akra mo betua ede asoso na etimede abotoye mo na adwuma wesam wanim fifire aye ede akukura japade asi wo no mo no ya mfada ko ama medwiri anto ango entise ne wa hyebo ha no so wo mo nya wo madwense wo mo kodwiri obi adan ago na emmumu no wo moden hwese wasi dan asi ho no mo a Ubeba be hu Trasacco mpanyefo na no wo edi ho enkomo abusuafo me mindy ena wasogu a wotie no neat 100.9 FM Kanewu section no ena ye de Kanewu kwanso jojo ho ama ne ebo kakra bi ena ye de eba ye na ye de ba ye ne begina so ne ya bie telephone lines free January emu a eba besi June bosome no emu no kwanso kosakose ho da wubo ahodo a yaye no etimi aboa pa ama enkwanhia bebra na etai sisi afibia na chese afifufre bewura mu bia no enkwanhia hwiri kosoro afifufre bewura mu bia no enkwanhia ehwiri ekosoro no saa fidie ye hu ni saa ya antene saa ai ya antene saa January 2021 January 2021 cases on accident a report to January 2021 to June 8,188. Now what the ba to January 2022 to June 2022 a soteba from about 7,687. That is about 6.12%. And I just say no at a free so but to say cancer a year involved a work and quenchia emua January 2021 to June 2021 and na 13,973 and also so ewo ho na wo de ba ebetoto 2022 January to June and also 13,248 that's a swat kakra be 5.19% and na to say nipa ye omuwu ye free January 2021 ebesi June 2021 mo no na 1,454 1,454 and na wo de toto afi ho a 2022 January to June nipa afa kan kwanhia mo hwede wo mo kwa 1,300 na say no about 10.59% and na ete free so wo mo epirepira ye wo de toto ho 2021 January to June 8,188 what the ba 2022 January to June 7,997 na say no 2.33% and no free so one more nam kwa ho akase ebo won January 2021 to June 2021 na 1,470 and 2022 January to June 1,356 na say 7.76% and na atete free so sa and the say no ekwo nanka 2023 so yehu ne sa nanka no so ate yekwu enim nyina nanka so te na akosi se ebesi fom se dwan empanyifo de hia wo dopi egu kwan mu wo a wotie me awie yi edin foforo bio na wusu se ye ya ebeboa amaka nkwanhia eso atepa etie no na wo de wadwenkyere na eba 0302243540 na ye gia anesa. Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
After Mami AKWAFO, who to say?
Yami ado me ho ye pa na wonso e.
Yakupon Adaroma.
Udini baby afrefi.
Me di rush hour, me kata to Jamestown.
Yo, rush hour man yet yo.
Anya rush hour man, rush hour.
Hey, rush hour. Yo, yenti away.
Emre ni ho. Fast.
Yo.
On step first no. So be kat trotro a. Ejisa ukita si. Depending the passengers. Ubefa ana kg the weight of the car no. But se sia no DDL mo aye no say. Ukita bi kwa utumi ka trotro minibuses no. And yes although lances no e the amount udimate yes utumi kaka no
okay eti gayan ko back ohun
or say yan ko back bio because small boys ubehu 18 years 16 years okita bi and all trotro okita passengers of 23 what you say and you said DDL almost all year pa fine okita bi the also unya the number of passengers the KGA or betua ama what I say saka no so ba so okita sprinter the okita bi what I say
correct.
Number 2 why constructions for omuwi ya ebi te tension wa over bridge omuye no although omu ye adwuma no mu the efo baby etutu ufutema eba obedu omu ho a baby titi brothers wo no mu oni nyina tutu
ese kwa no me ya omu nye ne yie
mo although omu ye adwuma no mu be o se mu clear photo no ma drivers no
that's it Russia me that's pa me that's hello
Ini aba soja mi chia.
oh ni apenye ejo supi Kristo adom me ho ye na so e
Nyame adaro ma.
Yes. Amen.
Ni na ya botre. Accident no be pray over speeding. Ni aba BIAMAH na no me catch my drive for 42 years. 1980 na me started driving. Ni na ya fi driver ni awakwa aba bedu. Ena mranti a ekuta cars. Onu adru runabout na wuwurem no no signal say jinama no. What you say? Kese komu ni abotre kitikiti mpo. Na mesrewo kanewu we nkwa na ye ka na bibi sheme so ametimi aka.
And then the say for road safety campaign. Mate fetwem mame fetwem.
Eni pekunkuma koso na Ministry Security Services. Eni ye president. Then ne obi kofa na danfo na wakoku no Saudi ko yesika. Na sa na beba omanya yetim kwala nketenkete etete ben scam na ohwe wo mtri ho a obi emi so obi ahwe. Mini aba BIAMAH me ko school okumase. Olden days, early 70s. Before we so obi ti bensin. Now was 60 years going. There na ekoso wo Ghana. Last week, one AKWAFO kadama na kokuno ati na kuma chane tetrema. Na anu ya kroba konsoso onu anadam for taxi driver wakwa kokuno. President any IGP mesramu ne ekoso no ebetumi atu obi awo. Mamun dream say obi ye de ayo obi ntia no anu no. Mama yemfa ye nansi form. Mini aba BIAMAH ya me chira.
Me da sepa uni penye Evans no. Hello, good afternoon.
Fine afternoon, Papa.
Acho di ni bebe afrefi.
Mami BIAMAH orobo pasi buati ya ho febia.
Me nkwa ma ho ofe. Bibi aboko de.
Ya ho nya sere ta o.
Sasa. Wa mo ho samrane ahwa na bebo ama wo.
Ya, me so dia he ga ta. Ya mre.
Yes yo.
Yo, nyangopo. Ma me mba jo me ma cheni baba ko ansa na makumadim.
Pacho debi.
We do okuru me bra me so boy. Yo, ani anyame ye o. Pepa cho. Adrogba fo mo Ghana ni bi ni abotare kura mame. Me say, o ko last week post week get Africa so me ba krum. Na America hu na me say driver. So boy, ye go ga akofe di dedi. Ya ngodura, ya mami ya yire no mutifie. Ya ka sinsemu. Na o kan na 40 years for no. Ya na me ya no 40 years for na tika ni mu no. Yo. Ani au gan wo di pende ba ko yi ni ma ye pende ma ko kuruma ko dida. And you just a gun and they cried him with you and Tiasia. And a prison for last one come out a prison for all Ghana. Mammy, over Shana, boy did Bukamu over the prison for a general connection over here. Yes, and yes, general. Yes, general, he said to say, but he has all lances, and then him. No, you actually want to finance his back. The canoe, or yes, but to money, you know. Hey, the better bonus that I have cost for my dad and we had to a car.
Meda Sipi, hello, good afternoon. Ejani mama ha.
Mejo so.
Yo.
Mwajuma.
Madas.
Yo, ya meso meka afa ho kakra. Ghana driver for no. Womu in fact, we are womu kaka no in fact enkoyie kire se ase obia drive your juma ya so mu juma what you say nti I don't know say ye kwan ye kwan esusa enche da nya akese sa o obia person you overtaking obia pentem obia pentem sometimes me timi ko hungo fo bi na say one the car a pimpim no mu je ono so one ku ntokwa e we person over ten one them na me mistake no
na fe mu je ono kontokwa
Yeah, some more agent more ade ba ko ne say otu kwan ko mind bit say Israel so for instance say ya oma kwan no e normal to say ye die ya o double lanes na say for isa nete e wo ho enso omo de no discipline e ye adwuma obi anim lane na wonam mu onim sa ha enisa me fa ha
omo je adwuma na omo ye no ka se omo je drive adwuma no ayo mu omo ho sa ento mu nya botre boko na empepre mu no de wo haw bebre sa bremu
that's it
ko America do ayen
that's it agent mo na wote ne nka no hello good afternoon
onye ma ba ko pe
my dear pacho di ni be bia frefi
unya be ma ni amoni fita sa magazine
amoni bibia boko de
nyame adumo obanyi ma
the radia sieti o
that's it be bo abaso pa wa ya di na we nso awo ye ne ye so ye free ye de ni tutu mu no ye sa pepepepepe ati na embe de se ko this Kenya say na say some cancer mo na obi akona to yi di amasa ye this magafu yi ana omu ti o station ho me pese station ze wo kana nyina no mo ye sa de no no ni station pia omu ye sa de no na enko drivers na sum na enko police force so asum na enko company force wo road stations ni na so ma sum before so me ye sa na abubu one no e be tie ko fam kura e ma sum de aba na me nya ba mi bi so asem ba ko
isa
who said that what hate na ba new type no I see
etumrika pa
me nya wa mi fi kuma si ba ko yo bi kana me de brand wa kra na mi nu mi ho ke atom nko amu ka no aya aban de onu mu hu wa wo na mu le collect no onu ne ye overtake say o ma light say zaman no bekam me pa mu cho o ma mu to saka no mu diska mo mu nto ye nyina ye hu hia you want to blame you car no sika no person within 1 week and say 2 months and then the accident ni ba no rubber phone ne kita saka ni nyina me ka tro mo to o mu hu hia ma yen na ne so hu hia ma ebusia no enti ne o mu ye road no me srewom mo mamra fam that's the dress what no anti kura ana me the government officials so yes srewom who ye minister na wonam kromo aye pa tew to gwasi utwa kromo wi a na uko as the ministers and the MPs some of their cars no baby ayi wo ho you can say back it's a bomber the mimika na ya na mo ko rai bia mewu no na mo yes srewom
pa Medasipi hello good afternoon
mini aba
e pa chodi ni baby afref
mini aba ye flemi keke me ka se free kaswa American Town Kinky House
yo keke eti yo
oh mini aba wi dia me bo wa baso papa mo adwuma pa mu ye nti wo ba Kinky House ha ya connect machine a e bie mu a obi etie bi nyankopon hyira mo na nyankopon so nya mo kese e kire se mu nkyerɛkyerɛ yinti ama ene no ka kwanhia ne ade ani nyinaa so wate na kyerɛ sɛ we nyina di adanse sɛ ni tefa mo sɛ abasobɔde na me hyira mo bebree na me nua ba kakra me ka kyerɛ driver fo ne sɛ baabi a ya de traffic light isi bia wo ye driver ni na wuduro na sɛ traffic ne so red a driver fo no ye besro mo so mu nyina nua ba wo be di sɛ driver fo ni bi wo no ma traffic ne so red kura na wo twam what ya say eno ha dwen ye na nka kamla bi boho na wutwum na ya tew ne ya jiuska kam gidi se obi a be ye careful
cameras boho keke cameras boho cameras boho ye chi wonda minim se e traffic joint bia but ye wo major traffic intersections traffic ye fence cameras e boho no mo a udi agro ye be chi usesi a yawo a police for motiti moto so a wo so cameras ebobo wo ho ya wo so nammu iti wo so chichi nkrofo pa
any driver for mo sempa cameras bobo ho nti wo a wo bedi agro ye beche wo ye besra driver for so munya botre na ye san sisu biem se men ko no mon san fan drive namely Kanamonte Sona, Yenina, Emwa Yenina, Miniaba, Yamishra Mubi.
Meda sipi keke nyame enhira wonso so bi pa ebusuafo ha na brebe makwan ye de kana wu no ye de mo asie sabre ye boaboa ye ho na yaba studio 2 na fe nkomo e wo ho no ye de ahyehye so
na say human asem na ye ka new patriotic party programs are ye diegu ho no ebedu baabi no ye be kran gofo afiama no ne no ma be ye adwuma ho Ghana
Akachiro say journalist bia oba accuse ni bia okaso evidence bia no or corrupt because he knows what I'm talking about. Any journalist oba accuse of bribery of any corrupt practices bia oba person oba evidence bia no ono kase mo no obusa asa obi na no kan evidence bia or corrupt because the making is an open secret. Ghana ni bia edim baby bia mboko bia mo pesika baby bia me ba Ghana kra me ba organize party kra they come to my party come and eat, drink, and fool around. Still, at the end of the party, they want money from me. What is that? Is it a corruption? In the more corrupt, more corrupt, papa. Be a gentleman. Go to an event at your own expense. Go and cover the event, and then go back. You don't ask anybody for money. The very moment you ask for money, you are compromising yourself. That makes you very corrupt. And Amontia says, "Me say more corrupt. More evidence. More evidence. I mean, back Ghana." Mema mo snap mama makoko mama mkusuya momodua baby ofuri no insurance da honom le bobodua ofuri asantema mo ya de antoa ofuri broma mo ya de bochre wa babodua ofuri esrema pru ho ofuri voter original voter ofuri nkran so de ne nyanya no river no and the sharp kum sisi a babodua say wonje bravo da bunyina me corrupt over biso.
I want to read from pages 233 to 233. And they talk about George's decision to enter politics and the battles and the advice that he ought not to enter politics. And it says from the last paragraph of page 223 says, when I decided to participate in active politics, someone who thought I was making a bad decision sent me what he called 10 reasons why politics was not good for me. To him, the things associated with active politics do not conform to my personality and my principles, and hence I should stay away from them. I reproduce his reasons just as he sent them to me. In politics, you must understand the following. 1, nobody has your interest. 2, everybody is chasing their interests. 3, dealing with politicians is like sleeping with tigers. You must always have your eyes wide open. 4, and this is one of my favorites. In any political equation, there's always someone being used. If you look around and you can't find that person, then it is you. 5, serving politicians is like a bandage on a wound. Once the wound is healed, your usefulness ends. 6, in politics, never will more than the bereaved. They will get the reward while you inherit their enemies. 7, in politics, in any event, if other interests conflict with your interests and you have to choose, always choose yours. Number 8, never cross oceans for politicians. You may drown. And it goes on and on. But then he concludes, and that is where the real lesson is. He says that as much as I understood the sentiments he raises in the above pointers, the question I ask myself is, if not me, then who? Whether we like it or not, democracy is what we have allocated to ourselves. We therefore need people to take an active interest in it. It is unfortunate that how some politicians have conducted themselves over the years has probably given credence to these sentiments expressed earlier.
Yeah, na mo kasa say yenhwe journalist here na say yenhwe aban worker here. I just don't understand it. We are journalist officer yenhwe ye jai na go igma foforo. Do your own job. Why see can you have a journalist? And as why see can you have for obi or ye juma aban. For what reason? You just quit, you do your private job. That's it. Nobody forces you to be a journalist. But you can't go in there expecting kickbacks, and they're corrupt. Obviously, you enjoy a quit. But obey so man you bribe. Not because you say what you know, you enjoy a in 2% baby Cobiano, when you're going to be channel or show. And then I'll keep on saying this, and your mobile corrupts are copying my dad, my Jesus and Mbeba, because that is what you do. bebe moko bia no la sula lankwa na moye moji left na moji right OGMPP na moji NDC OGNDC MP na OGMPP MP ni nyina yenim. You take it left and right, center, backwards, whatever. In the because of a corruptor, you just can't come and defend it as if it's more corruption is a secret. And yes, secret. Everybody knows. More secret, more corruption, more organa no. And yes, secret. And any rocket science, I will be enemy. I will be all the time, every day, moji. And then the go say time. Mumpona, you actually go there and go and solicit for it. You just go and ask for it. And you say, be anyone the mamu. Some of them ask for it. Into more corruption in the air time. Don't come and give me this audio telling me how to justify your corrupt attitude. It is not up to a journalist to define corruption. What I say? You are no journalist in India. It's say that is their daily bread in Intino. They would like to justify it regardless. But media, as an outsider, you go anywhere, you take money. That is not your paycheck. And you wajumamu obusumake tuya kani edemo. That's a wujisika a corrupt practice. Any giving is a bribe. Any bribe that you take is a corrupt practice. Unimame kachone. Opa woman justify anyhow they want to justify it. At the end of the day, bribery plus any giving beyond is equal to corruption. They are all corrupt practices. As simple as that. Simplicity.
The best station in the capital. The best station in the capital.
Area Busia for needs 100.9 and was so good with you about 236. Me 90 and I was so egua wotie no afedia ye to akoso mabo edikanfo no an obi bisam se anya bia biama edikanfo no mo aben no me ye de boa ye edikanfo na wo mo awi ayi enami nyina maka dompe kwatere kwaje na ye asese ye hunu ba bia mfenti na se nya hwe ekora ebinum ehya ye bibi eto foundation and ebinum so ACS so enti na ye be fa na sa say you say nyu omo ye dikanfo ye be fa na sa enti abusuafo enensem a eguap no so a ye be twehwe nkomo ye teacher unions no they say de omo say ayi omo ntija yo asase aba ye ntija strike no gua no omguso mampanya akasa no omo aka sre top omo chew omo nwini BEC candidate na ho wasi candidate no omo nwini omo ho na they should go back to the classroom na eniema ebeto so na kwamo omo say da apetampe ye nkoda they say Public Services Workers Union for woman so do ho agim doctors eba nurses eba omu nyina ese kola no enye teachers nko a ene ebekwa ma wo mo kola no obi a ebeje ne chefa nti enche journalist for yen so ye de ho bagim ese obi a ede ho agim na chese ye kwani mu a ene sa ye bedi ho enkomo Ghana ene IMF ye bail out ho senseme eno so yera alantrematen Minister for Trade and Industry ono so akasa de afa ho se ebeboa Ghana ama restore confidence in our economy and so honomo food shortages no so akoso ewo some senior high schools be emo ewo especially in the upper West region, I say in the north. My fanasa, and also Edu Watch for Africa Education Watch. Almost say bit to me anka. Yenye review, components, feeding components, a free senior high school. Yen review na intime emwa. Aye, it way and some who do ena a better singing na se besepa any could na high. Now sana mema mempenyu for aquabano. Me fa kwen so na me dia seda any kabia ama me ankasa me wo fanim pon adaka brefrem pon manso ozioma mamudu. Edana sepa. Me called there fie kakra na me ho dodome. Oh, na me ho dodome. Nyame adom. Mwato masamba. Ono ana hwe akire ebo adwuma e de maame. Enti wafa bia wo bia metwa prusein. Ya salute Erade unshraw onto nkwam. Oma nkwatente ahodi wom. Ofa Erade ma unya sika bebre na membini ai wofa ase. Membi twemanum speedede. Da se pa. Nyame adom ama minu abema Manribe, Richard, Manribe, wabebe come home. Richard,
I'm the
Makwaba.
I'm a quasaba so.
There be me who look fresh. What's secret in anything, Manribe?
My fellow says me will university I make up. And that university is every day 2 credit hours. That is exercise. Yes, every blessed.
That's the secret.
Yes, that's
and
all.
I have to copy you.
It's apart from that, nothing else.
What kind of exercises are
I've always spent 2 hours in the gym every day.
Wow.
Yes.
I see it, Michelle.
Yes. Every day. We understand every day there are 2 hours there. Some nyambre.
Exercise every day.
It might be either morning, it might be afternoon, it might be evening. But I have to make the 2 hours time for myself.
Every day.
Every day.
And me bo abaso.
And
me 30 minutes kraminya.
Oh, even if it's midnight, you need to make time to go. It's very important. Only say to stop something is also addiction. And it's always start here. So be agile no so no.
But ya na me dwen ho say bia ukojaye a. Na antimi anto aso anfa nko.
Untumi njan so you na you feel good when you're always in the gym. Gym, the source of my joy is always that will be called sport, and also be called jam, will be called midnight club. You know, me media and gym no.
Wow.
Not 2 hours. I don't carry weight heavy weight. I only do my cardio and make sure say I am always fit. So that's only a mistake of almost sending me your door.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Soprano. Akwaba.
I feel too much.
E bibia bobode. Ben so ma feel. They say na make actually odam say and then my 5th soprano pan one so man temia. Mama Manuribe abesan ne ho aben.
Nya agro.
It just a fear ma feel ni nyina I say Yakob Manuribe ho no.
Sire wa mia mini.
E bibia bokode.
Ami adaro ma bibia.
E de rade ase. DPP o mo se ho.
DPP se ho ni mu nsem bebre.
Nyamete ase.
Nyamete ase.
Bibia be fine.
As a soprano, one new appointment in CPP ana.
There be
oh, I've always had that.
So no omo director
of communication. Recently I think I read some release via there was an issue there. Now I also your name pop up or something like that. Now I say oh soprano dear anka company John Drama di mama juma anka oye dear. Can you so baba boy and I say those are cool empire. Oh no.
They say me na me na yi. Consultant.
The consultant, the
manager.
Soprano dear.
Aye.
I was consultant na ka sent me ministry.
But say baby Edro I think say everybody have to come on board. But see baby Edro no.
Yeah.
In as much as I mean say it's not a done deal for us in 2022. Me so no NDC members the thing say 2024 ya we ni. When say they have Minister of Election Affairs e wo kromo. Ah no dey there at me. And he said we need a collaborative effort. Yeah. No baby but the fight in 2024 is about Ghanaians against the MPP. Because it's Obi Abre. And the only alternative is NDC. And John Dramani Mahama is the flag bearer. And he said, oh, say, I hear that. Oh, yeah, that. So, Ankasa on him say, Mambia, Ankasa on him say, no, you see, 2016 elections, no. Ghana found Pamir. There was one thing.
Hey, looking at the gap in.
So, at the end of the day, there was one thing. Na John Mahama, Ocean and Puntun Jumane economy, Sanka, very stable then, and Kayo. Options now, or Mampeni and not done Kwaku the Bayano. It convinces everybody. Even John Mahama himself. You see, the manifesto in someone or Mokai. Mambia, my wine empire.
It was sweet.
Mambia, meeting me in Quantai. Every year, $1 million. Every year, into 5 years, $5 million.
Ghana.
Yes.
Be develop you.
Na anka saa meti minya me $5 million. Saa baby a ya minya 5 na almost see factory ho. Na factory no a processing factory bet my find juma la 500 to 600. And what you can na market almost see market okromo. Na warehouse subo ho. Na manya free wifi. No bibia
planting for food and drugs.
No bibia constituency nyina anya bank account. One na me regional region say na nka anya theater ekwaji ani. Na enjuma so abu. They are moving from taxation to production. Oh, Nanka Jambio. You see the whole thing. Yes, that was the reality.
That's Richard. Now, soprano, Mimi says, say, farming,
Oh, I appreciate that question. But and yeah, easy. Planting for food and jobs. I mean, fertilizer a teaspoon, cramming farming, be that.
Wow.
But Yankupona made many tunnels. So, and there are some individuals we are more person me bo mudi. I know mu puchi me kakaka. Yeah, me phone working.
Oh, okay.
Me cashew. So wow. Me call home maybe I'm would be me dan isi hon. Isi hon. I know. Dan mu buegu.
Ade.
Almost say
and at dan.
There be blog pa ma to blog
a plaster hon.
Just say almost say from and ebu no.
Yes.
I'm saying from but chance dan na in perfect condition. So
that's
what I think. Inti me call my can't nana dawa.
Okay.
Nana crew ampem. Ona dawa yeah. Ona honyina ye ne dia.
Okay.
And I'm a san catch na ba e wo tranda. So my can't assemblyman so what tahiri cry. Ona me phone. Okay. Na me call dawa number 1. Ona ohene kese no nana crew ampem. Oh I see. Concomba, yes, I work with a lot of Concomba.
My family members.
I see.
Wow.
I'm privileged
to
meet because Concomba for me no serious.
Yeah, my relatives. I mean, direct family people.
Okay, okay. Boy, be or honor man in the age. My friend Kitiki.
Okay.
Kitiki, or a very hard working. And Angola. You know, DJ Money ade ade. Mr. James Money ade ade. So, it's me say report to a Kintampo Municipal Police Station.
Okay.
No, almost they cannot move unless I have a suspect. But you see, I really don't have a suspect. And frankly, about I say more suspect cry. I am very careful to mention a name.
Yeah.
Because I am a co-nurem. A nurem na menena. Inti nanka me say a municipal chief executive or working town. Over here because me boka be 10,000 cedis na me see sir. And the American say nanka menka but I was say because Sanka Bruni and a BSI investment now. How we say government?
They will rather protect it.
Precisely. So yeah, now you take room hanum na. Any form of support. Now, I've been going to the bush for.
Once more encourage youth to know from
farming.
So I'm try some bear na mo say you money.
Na makoye sa di no mesi na esi honuma. Ke kwa na nsu to aye gina honum. Ani ye aduane me call farmer ten be ye lunch. Oh, you lunch last time. That's me do be ko ho. Na no ada say ko say boys need to unya nanka ho. Omukun na enye easy. Me send no pictures. Come up to da me be chro. Nanka na mpa say salmon no. Ba me ntimi anyu me nya vim no. Ba kusie no ene adanko de.
Me kusie na me mewe.
Kusie de me we.
Kusie de ai.
Ena akwahwe de so e wo ho no.
Akwahwe de mewe.
Ni nyina na ye dili. To ba me ko enti adwuma na e ko.
Ato de me ka wram nam. O promise.
Me promise o. Enti ane de e wo ho ma me nsu. E wo ho num. Ye si for ma me de ma. Enti nyame nhra Kintampo North constituency. I hope the municipal chief executive would do something about this situation. Sebi in Prediasa. Emi fi Ashanti region Etwam afri meti Accra. Metwam afri Accra sa akotwam Ashanti. Etwam bi etwam sa akudriken. Onum nyina wo kwa asase wo left and right. So I tell my koya a project what I say because cashew farm na me no. Na me say be my life ahia na aka. But I believe say nyame adma I'll be able to leave behind a big cashew forest or orchard. A bit change the economy in the area because my farm is about 150 acres plus.
Wow.
And I'm not stopping there.
That's a lot.
So I say inti nya grow na media inti ye nya help in free baby aginya me ho. And aginya means inti e bit me aye.
Money adwuma.
Soprano, oko that time, when say Omampeni John Dramani MAAME time no. Yes, one of the cash bank ho. Because in Ghana we have only 2 cashew banks. Ghana. But baby ana yeah Jama you obetumi see cashew bank. I say obebi up seedlings and baby a. Also when need sampa in those areas no. There's a cashew bank there. Now if you also know Ekodrum Kwanta Safa, there's a village going to Uko Power Kwi area. Now on my page John Dramani was another cashew bank. So we had this in plan. And I see you have a
now why ya na safe na
oh yeah. And then I show you manifesto. They say be cashew board. Say nka ye cocoa board. Say na nka we no. Na nka yen ba be cocoa cashew board. Baby our Canada wadawa number. Uko Kawumpe, Gulumpe, Atakura, Dawa number 1, Dawa number 2. All those areas. No, it's a very fertile area. Udia cashew yepa. And the episode on Quanta South and Quanta North and the same Paraba just as one was walking into that. So, yes.
And so, factories, no man see cashew, cashew factory.
That be much. Yes.
Not no. Every not no. Hey, omu the area no. Ewo Sampa,
yeah.
What I say, and no sa factory ni cry, shada nya de.
No, the major problem is smuggling, no.
Sampa.
Yes, Sampa, the major problem. And they say, Ufri Bandan Quanta, O Quata Slima, Sa Bandan Himkuro, Bui area Honina, it's a large cashew area or more from Jomina, the cost Sampa. Now do Sampa ni Burkina Faso, it's just a walking distance. Until most attempts, you know, the smuggling.
It take a little bit of your time, but they're quite important. The point is, Sampa factory near Honomono. It is not even a good factory. Until the ETN said because factories in the system no. Maybe to say Jema a cashew capital or think your plant or honoma a ye not because and only security India for no babeton Jeffy cheap. No more they call no more could not no more sign their brain. I mean out on a boarding so cost or auto cashew. Government see plant a what Jema for nya grown or moody and ya grown or moody crowd.
That's in Kwanzaa Junction.
Yes, in Kwanzaa Junction. More serious cashew farmers. God bless Jema for no.
Mamiama. So could do Jema across the world kind of from Nipa Hiambwa. Minister Nipa Hiambwa. Yes. Nipa Hiambwa. Now of course across the bones and Nipa Hiambwa. Yes. Till last I think I've taken that road. Mas aí isso how's the lady
Bruni and Anka same way to me and Ghana government edit crew about Nana do planting for food and jobs.
Anka Krama adapt the system board or
exactly. But me indigenous investor in the local area.
Me as me good farms. I do good farming.
Okay.
Me media or that area. I think I have almost 300 to 350 goods.
Wow.
Yes. I go so. And very buy. I don't mean everywhere. Me area. I've always been rallying. I'm punching when I was like 10 years.
Okay.
And so recently, almost rallying for food and jobs now. No, I'm say media.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to but I want to say I'm not really. Say the wrong
line. Local.
I'm going to boss them when I'm credit rallying for food and jobs. I'm going to say.
Where the wo boa.
Oh, are they?
Where the wo
Me boss yen. Mamiama.
Where the wo boa. I want we own.
Say no, say omu say they wanted no. Mamiama. The real is almost say omu be partner.
Me and me raise
omu say Emmanuel be na say the wrong number.
We kwa there. I was here for 100.9 FM. This is just by the way. We yen ho enkomo enema ye niema bia isu se nhada nko yie die but oba ne den wanya yenya wo Ghana ni wote Ghana man monti oba forso anaja woso ayi bibi e de aboa wo ho ene omman na me hyase emfiri manrebe eso teacher unions say still omo da so e was strike yeah woman ni abrigidi womo senya de a womo betwe ama ban because emiri bi womo ne a womo ye bi sa ama ban ka so monko kira de ehwemo yeah. Rabata. And Kwankusi baby. And they say they almost say a bind should meet them at least halfway through. A bind should show commitment. And sana ombekwa omako.
Mambi ama do afide kese chia. Ama kasa na supremo kasa ntiantimia chia tifo. Na ye chia Ghana fo nyina. Enkan me abaton peso aso ayen Kwanta South constituency e no region na. Mambi anse so ne say me Kwanta regional communication officer of the NDC. Na me dey say you one kasa na be kasa ma me say beyond FM or the drown on pana me tie o. We say me dey 24/7 me radio see Neat FM.
Okay.
That's what I do. tianopa bia meti unti ya no kwa na wakai because beyond FM no I did the whole of the region echo part of the northern region no beyond FM no nyina tinti we campaign ka kra boame a Ghana fo nyina betie na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama se menchia no ho aye fedodo na ya no wakan no bebia wadru na ya ho se woko anim edre wiase ya say I Ghana BBC obi atio ya na njuma pana wa ye no na aka bi kakra aboa no na obi bia chia na adwuma pa wo yen so na ye da wase ya ye sabakope na adwuma oboy ya the commander of the airwaves that bia when him said the most important the most important commodity on this earth is airspace na mu amanya kwa mu kasa na ya na mu kaya na adwuma ye na yenko yenim na uka teachers union and a strike issue Mambiama, every education is key. Now, there's no two ways about that. Media, that we are, me sim papa jato but just say, anang do na friend na friend man ribe na sangmano. Onon na ma say education yet there because nim call out 28 ni nyina no. Everybody's educated. Now, because of education, I've always say and I'll say it without doubt say, and me no more the siblings of my father, and my papa who I don't take responsibility for anybody. Min kaida bia me nyambe friend me say Bra Richard, but just send me mumu and I mean throw business and send me mumu. Why? Because we all had education. And baby and baby are share out of education. So ebedru education won some say ya say yan hwenenka. Na se wonnim enkrase pa onu kasa me cause school bonache early primary and am kwanta JSSA. Na ohu asa a teacher for bre. Mambia ma wan kasa hobo say teacher for the say anti aneshomo. Every country, the priority of every sector of economy. Number one is education. Now, who engineer education is the teacher in the classroom. Now, so who share a teacher for certain any new mudi baby or moda your hope. And to me, dear, baby, I will always urge a teacher for say, Omo Shena, baby, I want yanka. But you see, me kai from President Rawlings throughout to President John Kufuor, through President Mills, John Dramani Mahama. Everybody has played a successful role in improving the educational sector and the welfare of teachers. Okay, President Mills, I say teacher for the SNT and Shomo. Me in 2007, 2008, now I was working in the Ghana Health Service. Now me St. Joseph Hospital. No, that was Cattle Health Service, but it's all under Ghana Health Service. Now, that time, no. Me call bank say me kwaji me salary. Busumu na me say me call bank say me kwaji me salary. Na me sua me brother na me di na chi so na teacher ni. Na me dey no kura che me I experience in the public sector. Na say oje ne salary a na me ju me jimi dia na nasem mbobo. Me say me die kakra. Na me dey man say won hwe na on any na single spine be buy. Before the single spine bedroom, you've seen there have been an improvement of teachers. Who villages and communities are up to me because there were motorbikes away from a single spine. Not teacher for what me a single spine at me ato. A police force are now police force the golf. So I think say they have been submerged. They have lacked so many opportunities in this. Now teacher for nyomu can say me gidi say be economy na called Druno. O share inflation. Me no say food inflation is skyrocketing. Almost 50%. Me no say. Yes, so percent. And so you see, Niomo can now say, Mambiama, Usha Omo Sitinam, na menu kase Usha teacher ni over Bonache. Now so call like a corner potripo na jumbo chair, the so called Chiradia, or call only baby in that because there's no light, there's no water, there's no electricity, there's no public toilet. Osha no for one cry, and now Kumasina, no more posting a call. But because of the service of the country, no, what you have to say, I've known a young lady. Our body brand now one cry and then watch Chanderi. Odu Chanderi come no another village song watch radio. He has never and ever been in a village before. After a motorbike at all out the call after a parent at anything almost see they are on strike because Omunia Bena Casasa Bessin there Omuni Casa say Omupe cost of living allowance. Which it is and then Omu initiated cost of living allowance. So make I just of recent tell my doom so buy you know. Man penny John Dramani I say I won't share ban why then or increase about 10%. Now teacher phone say they don't
cost of living allowance.
Yes, cost of living allowance. Now teacher phone can and just almost say to your cut your move. And just almost say oh you way my and now you way my almost see the cost of living has become higher, which is true. Because teacher did now and call top fuel or 5 cylinder or top fuel 25 cedi every day. O calculate and no crap and 30 miles. It's more or less is salary.
I don't say we are not in normal times.
Yeah, remember how?
Consider.
I hear na teacher ni pay. Let's assume say a trained teacher and a diploma in education They say obedia maybe 2,000. Now 20% of 2,000 is only 400 Ghana cedi. Mambiama 400 Ghana cedi. And yes, more doors are
400 times.
400 Ghana cedi. Now say ono no so no oshende the rent ni and duane or dimia. At the end of the day, there's no government worker there. What do 2,000 cedi in a month? I'll be spending 2,000. At the end of the month, he spent close to 5,000. So you need to pay critical attention to that. And let me tell you, and that's the reality on the ground there. And then me, I did journalism. So I have information, I have been roaming around, I know for news. In the customer, I don't just sit there and talk. You see all the lotto kiosks in town. Also, and then lotto kiosks are also Krum Hapa. And then it is it is no more lotto kiosk. This is where some of the workers sleep.
Teachers.
I am telling you, most of government workers now spend their nights in lotto kiosks.
Hey.
I am telling you, I am telling you, and it's the reality. And there's a Unimikoya, filling stations. You see a lot of young boys letting around with suits. Almost close filling station, they will sleep there the following day, they go to the nearby shower and go back to work. They can't pay rent. Mambiama, they can't pay rent. I've known people, and there are many cases, they don't even have where to live. The situation has become so bad. And in the partnership,
but maybe say opportunities in some villages.
Mambiama, even in the villages, it's worse. Because some rural communities are there, you can't live in some village. And it's you have to come out to the nearby community because you will not get accommodation. Mambiama, I've been a village boy. You will welcome mosquitoes. Mambiama, people are very familiar with mosquitoes in some communities. They have some leaves I'm using as mosquito repellent. And you can't breathe it. And only then now there's no gate or one far way. You know what it's called, Janja? They go and cut grasses. When they cut grass, they weave it to make a mat, and that's where they sleep. Mambiama, the person is not used to it, he can't sleep. You have to come down to the nearest community to sleep. You must buy a motorbike. It is more expensive than rent today. Because a motorbike is cost about 10,000, 7,000 to 10,000. It's equal to 2 years rent allowance in Accra. So there's no difference between a teacher in the village and a teacher in the city today. Or what of fuel, Mambiama, say or cost a person or no want me did dry fish and not some fish. Because me communities be also be near the animal that's what you use for the whole week. And that is the fact. After Supreme you have been in the villages, you saw what happens. Or that is what he will use for the whole week. And to now offering Bibliban, you will not be able to use it. So if you talk about occupational hazard and the life and the standard of everybody, it has become an apex. And when there's opportunity in the villages, even those living in the villages spend more than those even living in the community. Because me won't cry. Some pong school by 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock. But what about them? So this is where we have come to. And so see, you should look at the cost of living allowance for them. I think it's in order. Now see, we are not in normal time. Now when I say when I want normal time in this world, I can say.
Maybe no more argument to say.
Yes.
Teachers, for instance, COVID the buy year call lockdown. Schools in our close. What's if you're getting to a year every month? Na government government never complained. This is a situation a government will just say, and you memoir day, you know, will be at here. At least. Temper justice with mercy.
They have already tempered justice with mercy, sir. For the past 5 years, they have not done increment in their salary. Only make us say it's not during the lockdown. Yeah, you know, during the lockdown, there was restrictions. And to me, friend, me wa bunache, and me friend, me wa buno half region no. 10 minute lockdown by, I can't travel from my village back to my hometown again. I must stay in the community where I was teaching. You still spend the same money. There have not been differences. That was the time they spend more. Now, as okay, temper justice with mercy. Teachers has always tempered justice with mercy. The reality is leadership by example. That's what the teachers. I think that's the major agitation. Maybe I'm also saying Kromayading. Now, they say no man now now they fly in a presidential jet, 12,000 euro per hour. Now, so the lunch here 20,000 for a day. Or maybe Channel Airport. Now, say they say they are buying dear basa. So as a teacher, I will not say you are trying to play on my intelligence. You know Kroma and 22 of way back COVID by a bancy Kroma Shintino, you may increase salary only 4%. The teachers accepted it. Only 4%. They accepted it. In 2021, I say, baby, you're doing the I say you can't increase more, only do 7%. They still accepted it. From there, you do 2022 now. Also say maybe the discount we ever e-levy, but teacher no susu or start your e-levy bill. They say the ever do so say they are doing a crashing on IMF. So the teacher and the common worker has always sacrificed for this country. The behavior of the president and the presidency and government officials, I also tell us say I want to ban the no credit. So I teacher for the near me kind of say whatever it is no. Me tear MPP for I've listened to some government officials say the teachers are not in war. Me can say about 65 institutions of the public sector. They also yearning to go to strike. But who share the abandon during COVID? Best in there, who say abandoned workers. Yes, it's about the individual, it's about the human resource that can cushion the economy. We can say if all the sectors have been able to have a comfortable working condition, or try to prevent the malice now, they will be able to grow the economy. Until more enjoyment, more and diganasika, and watch is so be super increment. And I ask them, we can say teacher for education at the campus, and which is not the best way to go. The master, in as much as I can teach for the minimum say, in your school, Minya, we can say, I didn't. My friend, I am just on Tubia.
What say?
What is it? Or permission today?
Because for the sake of the BC candidates, no.
That shouldn't be an excuse. That shouldn't be an excuse. Government can do something about them. Talk to them well. There are so many plans already to us here. And they have been writing to government for the past 4 years. They never listen.
That's it.
And that is where I've gotten to.
Thank you very much, Richard Maniribe Edia and on Namamin Community Abema Sylvester Sapo Soprano, former director of communications of the CPP. I say my name is Onosuba political analyst. I said
former director.
Yeah, you are still the director of communication.
In fact,
because that man and other mature man.
Yeah, July 7th, yeah, Central Committee. Okay. Let me team. As director of communication, we did a very successful central committee.
No, I invite me.
Mate, in future, Mate, pass. I see me the Uber platform. Wiki, maybe say a Uber bet platform. Anonymous. I'm the director of communication.
Okay.
That's I'm a bad air. To say the American, I don't want to have a trial.
What am I saying? Young fancy one man. They say teachers Ghana yet thing. Ghana yet thing. Obi a watch no. Na it's unfortunate. Said the year to niema prices every so near no. A teacher for any or other workers Esika is the same thing. Ena woman say 2 years or 3 years ago. Sika no more edge no. And no ena small amount of money no. HSC sa goose ya ne bo every cost. Enti that's if when I arise Ghana for me say Ghana yes obia yes. They say teachers so and one say enko school or near aban be can be say there be hunu be pen aban 419 pen. One guys oh monko na metua wantua. It is say there one person who feed gadochi tikanie edronie and say ne one eko other public services workers you almost so edwo mo aba behim one super cola ni bi. Enti ase Ghana so why dey sika ni ho as one more twetwe ban no too my woman say name mo edin there but at least you should consider
Nyami show and for another opportunity. We use opportunity and chairman and leader of the convention people. And Impoma Nakusha from Poma Sapon Pankuma. Any CPP for na a teacher strike and a public servant strike. I've had the opportunity to think about the past. Now in fact, a couple of years ago, say make another platform. I say strike in our public servants. Now, just say let me say public servants certain benefits average Ghanaian, including so a bank loan, a tough furniture. Just a more certain benefits because of position. At that time, that made me feel say fact among consider because it could have been worse. Somebody want to for instance, we don't want to tomato sellers, any taxi drivers, any kaya you for the rest of Ghanaians now, they're employed in the public sector. But about situation now, I really empathize with the public servant and the teachers union. So, in fact, economy dire straight. Say every day prices change. So, I mean, as a farmer, no, 2 years ago, condemn. We decided, I kind of condemn.
Yeah.
14 cities bottle back. You see, I trim 50 cities. What I say, into farmer, no, just say, prepare me, say, and you're just a full speed ahead at high speed. Into the need say be our teacher for any public servant. And indeed, all Ghanaians in convenience car crack on your munya home. So, but I also appreciate the position of government. So, government revenues, no, and to say first, no, and there are several things that happen geopolitically, and I say we are but the TNA say number one, we feel say teacher for no, any the average Ghanaian, no, they or share president no, lifestyle are all level. Any officers, president no, administration, the Nana Akufo-Addo administration, the extravagance, they a premise some sikadie with respect. So, in Tiana Air so we president no, said you will see level large. So, we share a lifestyle. I mean, you have America say, Madame for say, Wabroni, lunch, wood, you know. So, ye di man can any mokono. So, lunch ya moody didi. So, we share ministers no allowances are more GGG per diem akese. Obi to say Cocoa Board Chief Executive Officer and a lifestyle compared to the average cocoa farmer. So, it's now we shall be a teacher for the da. So, any of my sit name are. What do I want to president now? And now must leadership by example. AKWAFO it's another president. He say Ghana aye day. Oh no, lifestyle. Just I feel crampo there to maybe Ghana for na 1 year near dia. Anka a first lady crampo yes. Aba be man sika. Yaka ho. Ono asabi ni kunu ye president a sebe a president didi anu ame. So what I say. Inti I can empathize with a teachers union and the public service servants union. But then you are monkwa. Ana me say adwene e toma omo tonton toast any moko. Boja for you. Almost so ye dey na ya am taxi drivers, ovan drivers, ovan for mate. Boys omo dida kiosk mu ni ade omo ton your ma traffic mu. Point say see ano dey akwa wi an say economy ni koye. Now Ana yempesi criticize the government. Especially offer solutions. Okay, last time na many honorable aye NPP. Na me ka say na your first republic the CPP government. That time na Cold War ewo ho. USSR Soviet versus US money West EU money at the NATO. So but enokra no CPP under President Kwame Nkrumah it may manage a balance here. And Ukraine down because of the now president at the time of for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It's playing in politics. No, it's many honorable Aye Kasawa has said. Make I say, at the Ghana government, yent me approach Russian administration because a Russian Federation, President Putin, anka on a oil at a discount because President Putin say, "Oh, you're ready to do that for friendly nations." So, but Nana Akufo-Addo Ghana is an ally, the US and EU. Meanwhile, young Ghana for near Kasi mind. President Kwame Nkrumah neither left nor right. We look forward. So, in the interest of the Republic of Ghana, in the interest of Africa, it's the honorable I can't hear me say, I was saying consider the opportunity cost of going to contact Russia for support, i.e., better oil prices. So, I say, ABI US for my sanctions near the. But now, Mr. say honorable I can say fine. Maybe so honorable I say fine. ABI opportunity cost, and they say United States, any EU for many in GM. But what is the real cost today of the current situation? And then look, it has collapsed Sri Lanka. It is not sustainable. So by the way, so we'll check here. Now we will say President Biden every day will release over 1 million barrels of oil at a support to U.S. economy. What are Ghanaians and Africans getting for supporting or bearing U.S. sanctions on Russia? So I almost see support. What are we getting in return? Because it's collapsing our economies and everything else. Be honest, strike. So Germany for a member of EU almost says yeah, my sanctions. But almost talk gas. Almost the power of my industries. If we Russia, now day, almost airline be a pumping gas. Airman, I say, I'm a Canada for the sanctions. So, Omakwajiaba, say you're pumping gas. Indeed, the European Union is still buying oil from Russia. Said they will do so until at least December 31st. 2022. In the meantime, we impoverished African countries, are paying a very, very, very high price for the action taken by the EU and the US, and we are not half as rich as they are. So, at the end, the Speaker of the Russian Parliament, or say the United States is still buying crude oil from Russia.
Straight from Russia.
Well, I mean, at the
minimum, you need that link,
Oh, and I mean, then any link, President Kwame Nkrumah relationship on the Russia building. So I say, and what I'm proposing is what is stopping the government of Ghana, because we are non-aligned. Anyway, Russia phone in Toka, and Russia is ready to give preferential oil prices to friendly nations. Ghana is friendly to Russia. I don't know Russia for no more money because the Ghana the most, high oil prices. Gentlemen talk. So, and I see America. Okay, the question is, what is America doing for Ghana under the circumstances? Because America is releasing 1 million barrels of oil to support their Americans, citizens. What are they doing for Africa? Because they are forcing us to pay an exceedingly high price, with regards to the sanctions they've placed upon Russia. So, I don't see why Africa should continue to pay a high price in the interest of America when we don't seem to be getting anything in return. So, me feel say, I was a Ghana president, or taking lessons from the CPP government under in the First Republic under President Akufo-Addo. Na yeshe na nka yetimi, because for instance, India is also a former colony of the United Kingdom. They are buying oil from Russia, and they are getting massive discount, over 30%.
So what is preventing us from doing same?
I wish President Akufo-Addo would tell us. China is doing the same. There are several other countries that are doing the same. Indeed, Sri Lanka, where the economy has collapsed and the country is in chaos, they even approached Russia that Russia should help them. We don't have a problem with Russia. Russia has been training Ghanaians ever since, independence. Nkrumah's time. You understand? Indeed, engineer Robert Wood, I'm an NHL book, Third World to First World, was trained in Ukraine, which was part of the Soviet Union at the time, or graduated in 1966.
Wow.
So engineer Wood, me nka say too much, the family had a message be Ghana for. So or a penny to the glory of Ghana. Now the American say into Ghana government, say non-aligned. We should let the United States understand that we don't have anything against the US, but we cannot, sort of maintain this suicidal part. Indeed, maybe President Akufo-Addo might consider the fact, say, if things continue, one here the Ekoso was Sri Lanka, it could happen to his government. But Obianka said we should become enemies of the United States, but we are certainly no enemies of the Russian Federation. And the Russian people, indeed, so check Russia for Ghana for Africa for Russians never got involved in the slave trade and bought black people and put them in slavery and all of those things. So what is our problem?
And idea back also I mean one said, despite all these near cost between Russia and Ukraine, Russia's currency is still as strong as ever.
It's even stronger than before. Yes. Because of their strategic economic moves.
What is happening to Ghana?
And Ghana no yan can ye na and me feel saying government yes are essential because everything is coming down to the energy situation. That's the oil situation and the driver all of the confusion now air cost in the economy now amasisiano yako IMF.
To the ka upepa di anka Ghana yemfa ye bibi antonche na yenko Russia ho straight.
Yes, no money problem.
No be any answer. Any US ni answer, any Russia.
Yes, we are not aligned.
It's more oil. You bet
Russia can give us a really good deal. Because of two things. One say Honorable Aye Eba has said, was the opportunity cost of going to Russia is that the United States will get angry with us. That's my point. So if the US does not want us to go to Russia, and oil because we are dying. And they are causing us.
Why do you want that to stand?
Ghana and Africa, we pay very, very, very high price because of Russia's special military operation in Ukraine, of which we have no part.
This one, I think said the AU no crash should come in.
Indeed, talking about AU president, Senegal president, or Russia, or say in fact, and by the way, many years or country Russia for saying Bruni wheat. Africa, yes, said the city, yes, na ye kwasere bro
ya kwadura na say
me mom dey me feel say me so be the eco prophet bi honum na dey aye dey so am so be the eco prophet eti oba am say the meka akosia
no say
but just briefly no
okay.
CPP in 7 in a sentence no this month no am said this week and from next week July 19th General Secretary interdicted Nana Yajanto unse or the there be case in that so cause. However, or the a case called court. Say yenyi MAAME a Nana from Poma Sapon July 19th. Court say Ebua. So July 21st, first vice president Onusia interdicted Onzi in Kroma, Kwame Nkrumah. Ononso case in Ebua. And now there's a contempt case against Womwa. Nana Yamo cases here on the Koyeno. If you say in contempt of judgment, consent judgment, 25th July, you feel say whether or not say BIAMAH a national communication officer, and whether Madam Nana Frempoma a chairman leader, all of that situation, it will come to a close over the next few days.
Bro, so ending of this month.
Will be I hope me say I want to make a statement here. Say a bus party no properly. I say main step aside. I will respectfully do so and support the party and the officers in position. I'll do so because sabi me no minyobia so and my glory is to see the CPP getting it right. I'll do whatever it takes to facilitate the growth and prosperity of the CPP. I don't have to be anything because already in the
Thank you very much, Soprano. CPP so edase. Ghana on IMF bailout. Okay, Manorobe.
Now, I think Minion Soprano make a very good point. But you see, I have a problem with this country as Ghana. No, say because of Russia, Ukraine war on tea. Now, yentmin Fiji and Crawford, yentmin tofu, Ghana. I think we have 3 oil fields, isn't it? And we get almost about 20,000 barrels of fuel a day. Yeah, refining this fuel, what will be our problem? Next year, we can make a progress out of it. Number one, yes. Number two. And then I can say every country, every investor across the world has moved to one sector of economy. That's gold economy. Ghana is the leading leading producer of gold in the world. So why don't you look at our mining sectors? Then you negotiate for a good deal. Then share baby a sector now. At the end of the day, if you look at gold prices, it's going high because that's where everybody is moving to. Now, I think, say, because Ghana is the second leading producer of gold in West Africa. In Africa, yeah? Now, South Africa, so the second leading producer of gold in Africa. And I think the seat in the world. And with that sector of economy alone, we will be able to get a lot of revenue. We will not even go, and I think, sir, even all other countries in the world will come to Ghana for your support.
But I said, obedi ibia send say amame and glance through. Me can't get to be Lutrot Eric and was said this, you will never learn it in school. Did you know that Africa is bigger than all of Europe, China, and the United States of America together?
Yes.
Africa area is 30.37 million kilometers square. China area is 9.6 million kilometers square. US area is 9.8 million kilometers square. Europe area is 10.18 million kilometers square. Not just Africa. Africa is bigger than all of Europe, China, and the United States of America together. But on most world maps, Africa is represented in downsize. This is deliberately done to create the visual effect of a small Africa to manipulate, brainwash, and deceive Africans wherever they are. Africa has 60% arable land. Africa owns 90% of raw material reserve. Yeah. Africa owns 40% of the global gold reserve. Africa, 33% of diamond reserve. Africa has 80% of coltan's global reserve as mineral for telephone and electronic production, mainly in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Africa has 60% of global cobalt reserve, mineral for car battery and manufacture. Africa is rich in oil and natural gas. What happened to Africa?
BIAMAH.
Yay.
South Sudan, the untapped natural resource in South Sudan alone is 38 trillion. 38 trillion. Yes. So, but the whole US economy is about 3 trillion. But in the South Sudan alone, 38 trillion. Kenya, now so you discover, I think some natural resource about 18 trillion.
With regards to the size of Africa on the map compared to say Russia and money, I don't know. But there's a certain point. Who's a CPP? A Science and Technology Party. It's a scientific socialist party. Okay. Briefly, sure. The Etienne say a planet, a globe. Okay. So, who go towards the poles are North Pole and South Pole, and you can see it is a equator. A shrink. It is for visual effect, because say for instance, I'll take longitudes now. So, longitude 0 degrees. That is Greenwich Meridian. The next one on the left and the right, So, say we call North Pole. A close up. Okay. Who's a share or North Pole? Say a pathology, a cartographers. Maps. Design a US any other day appear bigger than it is, so that they can really show you what is happening there.
Show what is happening in Africa.
It's actually the real size. What is happening? The map, the image you see for Europe, Russia, China, and the rest of northern hemispheric countries, and indeed even Australia, it's not the true depiction, the true picture. And me feel say, Ghana Education Service for no, and I also making sure say curriculum no. That I may explain a part of it, a post. When you go to the post, it narrows. But you're father British for the DJ, and in conclusion, I'll just say this: last week, Modi. Prime Minister Modi, India, was say, India for they change the curriculum because when who say a colonial legacy from UK that trained the Indian people to a servant class. Maybe the Ghana Education Service can take a lesson.
It's high time. It's high time.
It's high time. Basically, the unemployment rate, it's all boiled down to the scientific aspect of it. Because, like in Ghana, if not that we have colonized our minds, so everybody want to do a white man's job. Technical and vocational education.
And the best.
Nobody, you don't say there's none. Why will you say there's no reason?
I think now the president, bourgeoisie lifestyle, no aeroplane where you are. Daniel man, now so here when yes son.
A quick one. Yeah. Mama has met me. I can carry messages kakra and for Edia Banafe ya to us hotel na yahwe IMF Ghana. Pa yakọ IMF no Euro launch matin or say it will help restore confidence in the economy and no aba Yahuza swame and as world economies have been plunged into recession due to COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war, which Ghana has been hit very hard. But the NPP is known for always finding solutions to Ghana's problems. So let's keep the faith and believe in them. They will deliver. Kojo Asempa Furniture was enjoying this powerful show from Adum Kumase. Joseph Kobina, say good afternoon, my dear sister. Good work done. Keep it up. And I say, Stephen Boache, no, say good afternoon. Or if you was a cropon, the best agric minister, Honorable Dr. Oswefri, okay, Nidia Oho, Chief Man, or say, watching the show live from Atunsu, regards to Honorable Samoa Boateng, Kojo Amedome. Good afternoon, Nate FM family, me mighty family. Thanks so much. Akwesiki Gomuan cry. And also, is education minister not a teacher? Why did he abandon the classroom for politics? He can set a good example by relinquishing his ministerial appointment and go to the classroom to teach and earn that woeful and unrealistic salary. The nation is short of teachers because of bad condition of service. Regards to Honorable Richard John Mensah. Nana Ekwia Moabuati na Beke Dr. Baumia is coming. So when at all is the politically non-neutral teachers going to call off their baseless strike action? You call this baseless, yo, Martin. Afei Yanko Mensah Pillar 2. Dr. Professor Christopher Mayor Konfi is the only chairman who can break the 8 easily for NPP. Let's vote for him. K. Abrante enjoying the show. God be with you. God will be with you too. Walanyo Akwetia and say it's my birthday yo. Any ebusuyan for Momuami na me wish you Walanyo Akwetia a happy glorious birthday. Ankoma Foster Achima Yerebi, teachers going on strike is very, very sad. I will plead with them to go back to school and also appeal to the government to listen to them. Massive work done by Honorable Kojo Ponkroma and Honorable Paula Samoa of Achimansa District. Azayman Ventures, Chronom opposite the market. I urge teacher unions and labor commission to agree themselves, solve the problem between them and end this meeting on a successful note. Musa Abatwa, we should expect more labor agitations in the coming days because the drivers of the country have chopped all the meat, including the bones. Hence, nothing left for statutory payment and other related issues. 2.5 billion from IMF bailout cannot save the dying economy. The head of the economic team, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, who has abandoned his job for communication, must be arrested for lying to us that he has antidote to Ghana's economic woes. Amweni Emmanuel, Amweni Fita, as Amanka said, and also Ghana, the politics is too much. The hardship is all over the world. So NDC leaders should stop blaming the government in regards to Honorable Opare and some Amempe Bakubin Tremwe. Ishwaba Anelka, Ashama constituency, special greetings to Commander Prince Guma, incoming national youth organizer. Hopeful. We are still pleading with our noble teachers to go back to their various classrooms and then continue negotiating with the government. Boshaba Misty, Patriotic Voice. I'm pleading with all the MPP delegates to vote for lawyer Justin Kodia as the General Secretary because he is competent and a hard-working leader. And in fact, messages in the also concerning Ghana, our way to IMF. The Trade and Industry Minister says that it is going to help restore confidence in our economy.
IMF in same. They say I can't. I think say Honorable Alan Kojo Chiramante. In their political history, both NDC and PPA, he has a little respect among us because credibility is the most important thing. Sure. And can make you say IMF in some way, dear. And can idea more on Kahuasam crack. And can idea and call or just up a flag bearer do a MPP. And Conconan and can in a big one. Because number one, and call no Honorable and Kojo Chiramante. Anka onuna anka megidi sanka barista anka kwa resign after na dan kwa for the mambomu nanka obas plug better and to me banka Ghana for bet mama no
na de na say no wadumi amwa me yes
he's one of the guys who has been silenced in MPP government.
You think so?
I don't speak for him. Now then Alan Kojo Chemante anymore no obedi minister trade minister 3 deputies I want to say marching the boot to boot.
Oh how?
I am telling you that is the reality. So onukwana na adwin say ope president identity omo de na boys akwhye na ase dada anka megidi say anka na dam kwa akufado na mambuo no anka ebesi I have considered him say the 1D1F na antime ya succeed no anka megidi say nanka omo opeso president adi anka omo mpaso omo permanent nanka omo but to come out at this chancha no obe kasa on behalf of the MPP in IMF issues no he should just stay put. He has some few support. He should just stay put. The honors lie on 3 people. Now the don't Akufado, do not friend Adogaga, do driver. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Oh, son of my friend, Adogaga, do play mine. At the age of 80, almost from play mine now day. And
one MPP elder Bakwa. May he so rest in peace. I've forgotten his name. Or Penyifoni be on elders ni be on. Or say Akodana Nado. At the age of I think 70.
70. So he's going to go in the 80. Yeah, the mofra play mine. And Dr. Mahmoud Baumena Ken Oforiata. Omube Chair say they are the quality people. They are not only qualified, the qualified and the quality people who are the solution to this country. Almost they have the vice president who is an economic wizard. Is a champion. The first class vice president. Our head economic management team. Look, Dr. Mahmoud Mamer is from the northern region. I'm a northerner. It's a brother. But we share idea all the year. John Dramani Mahama, proud to join us in the elections. Had a solution to this country. Michelle said, the policy in some Moka and Ukraine. And this was convinced that Ghana was going to be in paradise. Almost they're going to restore confidence in what? Economy. Baby, I do not against him.
Who will bounce back?
How will you bounce back? How will you go to IMF for what? macro sustainability and I said the debt distress. And to say no, IMF had the conditionalities as almost homegrown policies almost me my economy na ye. Minya mambiama. Into patch me pass. IMF share MPP for the Ghana for him. At say homegrown policy no not Bawumia Company Limited. They should sustain it. INAPCO. They should sustain it. This country, the major problem we had is the free education is not a bad policy. Because me, I am a beneficiary of free education because I enjoy another scholarship.
Wow.
Yes, me and my 28 siblings, we enjoy another scholarship.
Wow.
So as people enjoy Cocoa scholarship, people enjoy brilliant and needed scholarship, get fund scholarship, GMP scholarships, and then student loan trust fund. We look at policies in the educational sector. That is why I say we start a progressive free education. How does that make sense for you?
Human resource.
How does it make sense to you? You will generate I've told this government, and if that government is a reasonable government, the best thing of that is kind of chunk of money I call into NAPCO, they will have used that money to build factories, a factory of production, a factory of agriculture. So they will employ the people into that, and they will produce enough food to feed a free education. That will have been a simple strategy. John Dramani, he borrowed against Terminal 3. And Terminal 3 created 3-shift economy. And the BIAMAH came for 200, no, and for 600 to say. It is paying for its own self. John Dramani borrow against Tuabu gas. Tuabu gas is creating 3-shift economy. Creating Juma, it is paying for its own self. Who are borrow against renting of presidential jets? How would that pay for you? You don't borrow to come and buy food. Who borrows car for party, government consumption, who share the bloated payroll. I've told this government, stealing is a talent. And that's what the government is doing. What say you are cutting out all the deputies in the regional minister, deputy ministers. And you fix all of them as a deputy CEOs. Mambiama, you know, say, a deputy CEO in an agency take about 3 times the salary of a deputy minister. The benefits of Munyano. All the regional ministers, they are deputy CEOs. Who comes from agencies that there are 4 or 5 deputy CEOs who are taking chunk of money, go to the presidential listen. And to say they need a total cleanup of the cutting down the government size. And to restore confidence in the economy. No? Yes, understand. We have never been against IMF. Omune catcher say IMF no dear. So uko IMF we are pay for. Then so almost uko IMF we are bodam for. Also uko IMF we are cron for. Almost call IMF we are incompetent. And that is what they told Ghanaians. That's what they told Ghanaians. Yeah, him say IMF we are member states. And to say when him say economy you can go there to restore confidence. Investors baby. And the first their feet downgrade the Ghana. Everything gospel. Me, I said it on this platform. Say any government that go to Europe market and take zero coupon, so on that day you know say the economy is crippled. So this economy is crippled 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I'm person can credit. And the Sabachimudia and the what the MPP told Ghanaians, and the baby ever see dear, Mambiama, and ye never Ghana for an account. MPP ni be no friend of studio on back, and then MPP ni why. My friend MPP Yana.
Friend,
Omunya who topic. Yes, Omunya who topic on IMF. They will never appear. Omato Yomudema. Because what are you going to tell Ghanaians? It's some or Kromha. Mambiama, Nami Nim say MPP will ever think of IMF. And Dr. Alan Kojo Chelmantie, I can imagine say you are the only hope of the MPP so far, baby Aki. But to turn around, say you are also part of it, no? Because so okay, we have given the platform and say Commander Sugar Factory. Mambiama, Sikane Busene ko boy, start Commander Sugar Factory. And can they Commander Sugar Factory F Juma bi kanwa and Kenya yana. And then Mimi Kuroma Meko, Oko Nkwanta South, Nkwanta North, Nkachi West, Kasi East, Kachi Chumburu, Biakuye, Biakuye, any Akani Bwem constituency. You will never see a district, a factory in the district. Ebiniho. Ukon Krasija, Mida Nansaima, Tukoya, most of the northern regions. I've been in the Loloto, I've been in Pandai, I've been in Longi. I went as far as all communities around the area. I've never seen one dam and irrigation. We have seen irrigation dams on my page on Dramani Mahama time. Ghana Social Opportunity. SCA. You saw the irrigation process. I mean, I was telling people, so now say you can look at a place, I'll call a place like Uko, some part of the northern region. Yes. Yes, there's no one. Sure, if you go to a place like Tolong Kumbungu area there, from Tolong to Kumbungu, I am telling you, in as much as the northern region, it's a place that Okra, the largest producer of green pepper. Edu rainy season say, Edu dry season say, that's why you see a lot of kayas in town. Edu dry season say, kaya for you now, Omuba say, Ajuma be a new ho, but me Ajuma on class yo, they will come and pack themselves in Konkoma market. Udu Konkoma market, Agbogbosi area Okowa, day, night, or muda. And come to me and Juma Bahwa. These are the things policies that are credible, empirical, that will bring innovation, technicalities. These are the things I can say. Yeah, NAPCO is one of the dangerous modular essay Ghana economy. Sure, I have worked with national youth employment. I have been from the district level to the national level. The paid internship model and the national youth employment. And can graduate and diplomas and can formula. It was called paid internship model. Omuba and Omuba is model no echo presidency, echo of the vice presidency, and they use revenue, state revenue to pay. We all know say national youth employment is used to talk tax to finance it. And that's the model. So why don't you keep it there, employ the people, and let the talk tax pay? Basically, why you have because of credit, it's called DNT, you chunk of money is going there. And that money could have done a lot of things. I mean, you can say, presidential jet, corruption, so their basic things are as a reasonable government, So be MPP for a dream pan or my dream that basic things are making to leverage this economy.
Before we do an obesity,
yes.
As a Ghana has said, politicians, when you are in opposition, as you have solutions to all the problems of the country. But the moment that the power is given to you, now for to and Yama Papa, and some who can perfectly, who can come, but the moment the power is handed over to NDC,
I have served and share at the age of by 23 years. I started serving in government. I served in Mills Mahama administration. And if you look at the policies now, basic policies now, even you guys said 2009, about power, World Bank for sure let me say the economy was almost scribbled. Then the budget, IMF as a program. So 2019, your budget it was an IMF program. 2009, the project budget we use it as IMF program. We have not been a government of being boasted. We are using technical know-how. John Dramani Mahama, the policies. If you go to a place like a market here, see all the markets of Mampeni John Dramani Mahama see, it is a loan year, but it is paying by its own self. So government you can meet a legacy debt. Okay. But who share a Jumana year who could have been able to pay for all our debt? Extra levy. And the end, a bang, ya bang, a bang, ya buy a 2 year bossy, Emma Ghana phone and I involved in a anything, Emma media phone in Pinopobis chance I am with super endis, you know. Yeah, dear, and Pabon for. Thank you. But the solution say, Nipa Crano, Yen drink Ghana. Yeah, the enemy say, IMF way dear, baby Edruno, Alan Kojochamanti, Mama say, Manyakwenya, I will speak against his view. It's so bogus, and I think say, you should let people that cause the mess to come and answer by it oneself.
That's Richard Menoribeno, soprano.
That's it. But the fact say a honorable Alan Chamartin say you call Ghana call IMF a very restore confidence in the economy. Actually say one MPP government one Matia say so but if we are say the ultimate admit or fault and then Yankupon crab wow. Because of that, some of us we are really sympathetic to the plight of the NPP in government. But apart from that, whether we like it or not, we could have mandate. And down kakra went to me and things. Yeah, ni bebu sim. So I say, me na me feel saying IMF a new patriotic party. We feel say still almost show a certain stubbornness. So Nanado government is a very stubborn government. The Mame cancer and say, Mekai said before our president John Mahama, and before Ghana call IMF last time, under President John Mahama, President Mahama afraid a Senchi summit. Osi Ghana Funina Emra, Nayan Twatwa, Junina, Ubian Fana Junimra, and Quanque NDC for. that time na President Akufo-Addo opposition leader one ko so nana obi frɛ national dialogue a onko ono so so ba on frɛ no sebe omo toto papa so no omo de nyina yakoto bonkem so on them person sure in tinanka me feel say we need a national dialogue because if the new patriotic party could deliver on their goods they would have delivered already. Mekai say na Vice President Bawumia be describe a certain economic dream team. Say na shen kwa. Enyi ku ha it say the enyumtofo no e kan ye no. So na by the way, sa yekokoko IMF ene sa nyoma no. Also who say CPP government na anye bisa ada o. For instance, any ekoji loan, Akosombo Dam say ekoji $30 million loan. Any DBC at that time it was the biggest loan in the world. But the Tria Honka that so benefited from Akosombo Dam. Yankoye IMF program no. Time Ghana started call IMF program no. In 1967. So when Ghana's policy making was co-opted by foreign organizations no. In Timikaisa 1969 no. Me book no na me engineer would try third world to first world by one touch no. We discussed the co-optation of Ghana's economic policy making. So under President Prime Minister Kofi Abufabuzia and omokofa and Kofobi free Harvard Development Advisory Services on here from DAS under one Dr. Gustav Papanek, so economist from Harvard Development Advisory Services. So Mumra MH said the IMF for ye. So IMF for no, they represent a special interest, i.e. the interest of the Bretton Woods institution and our Europeans. Inti nya dia omoba be kire ye kwame ehun atoyenda na yatimi ate ehun afri omo ho. Yes, that's the Biani Sash woman. That time no omo form a group B within a MPP for I'm talking about Dr. Kosi Abufabuzia. That time no me say PNP. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm anyway Dr. Buzia administration no. So now omo ka ho omo de yakọ to say that time no more dream team as Vice President Bawumia is claiming said this I feel we some more dream team no. That time no more was so called dream team from the 1969 government no Buzia government no where in conform ka ho ye JH Frimpong ansa. So AFK Ashiabo, Dr. Amoni Kwe, Dr. A.O. Edu, S.K. Boche, and interestingly and coincidentally, Dr. Jones Oforiata. So Uncle see baby and ya saying another Ken Oforiata, the papa and Dr. Jones Oforiata. The same at the comment. And to me, I'm Uncle see so. Enti you feel say was saying it me a national dialogue. Here the economists, including people, prominent economists like NPP member, Dr. Kwame P. Nimunia de Adeno. So in fact, situation here.
Do you think situation a woman about the kind of personalities you to think about Ghana for us? And I say, the brains are a bit to me at Jenny. Brains
na the bedini ye no na me bobo.
Because the entire mess obedi you by no say BIAMAH, what has geographical size got to do with anything? What matters is thinking capacity and the brain power of Africans. Look at Japan, Singapore, even Holland, the country with the size of Brahafo. And they are doing well.
Sure. That's a great leadership no enkoye. A leadership no enkoye.
The people no need leadership. The people no leadership enkoye.
Because leadership but still too late about the say a situation you hear people with institutional knowledge and historical experience economy so intina me board Dr. Kwame P. our institutional knowledge and our historical perspective indeed situation is so terrible say in fact me am pa no me say Nana Akufo-Addo mo nko frɛ Dr. Kwesi Botwe Kurampo nka ho because no expert in IMF issues. Inti obetimi a train see dodge. Say Dr. Kwesi Botwe was the one who broke the industrial backbone of Ghana using the IMF strategies. No, it was no the bubu ye. Inti ebian obetimi a train kwan a nka ebetimi agina. So now also no me feel say IMF no the New Patriotic Party should consider discarding some of more so-called flagship programs. Me feel say NABCO no, or senke omuchem nanka nemum no, de eco link called Tree Crop Development Authority. Now minua ima can say Richard, forgive me. Can say when your government scholarship no di school on any new anum near the so Northern Scholarship. It was sure. It was largely financed by Cocoa Board. Sure, but the American is also Ghana is a fine free cocoa farmers. So, but Tree Crop, and announced all can I say President Mahama Akwapes or a cashew board. Anyway, Tree Crop Development Authority, a idea back could be me as a farmer who's a president, a Kufuado, I idea one. So, indeed, a focus on cashew, palm oil, shea butter, coconut, rubber, and 2 other ones. But more importantly for me, that tree crops now you focus on our northern part of Ghana. It has the potential to close the wealth gap between the north and the south through farming. So I say, and me feel saying that Tree Crop Development Authority no one transforming into BBT says state farms. Nanka NABCO for na is woman nam you much more forest edu and ya ma yetonton asase ne ade no nko into state farming. So now your boys no omunya baby na no. Oh, yenko be state farms more. Sure. No. I'm looking at tree crop farming. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's part of the model.
But what I'm saying is, with respect, and I appreciate the afforestation model, but why can we not really focus on the Tree Crop Development Authority's ambit? In the sense, it said, economic trees. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So economic trees. Afforestation, and it also gives us economic benefits. No better saying bedua ne sa no so yes enti say the American say Ghana for no the akwa say nanado mo omapem say yan support nana ama wan fancy from jojo ama yentimi anye ya de amfiri no ha e crash a economy ni crash na na won wage ne pay de mawie o otena ne aeroplane no ma hon no okọ London na say last time so on French for the Chile or kai a French for a normal friend.
Palace Soprano.
A Versailles.
Soprano.
Manusi, the American is a mom pie man Nanado. Now supporting Nanado has been forced into a corner. He has no option but to go to the IMF in the interest of Ghana. So let's support it.
CP Soprano. Now I be the buy and then power for the account for the mame. Or say under Buzia the party was Progress Party.
Oh, thank you. Progress Party.
And Frimpong Ansan was not part of the PP government. He was governor of Bank of Ghana from 1968 to 1973.
Sure. And you know what? The main party say Frimpong Ansan was governor, but he was part of the nominal group. Harvard Development Advisory for no. Ejuma Emma Buzia. A collapsing economy. By the way, in conclusion, in just a sentence, the hero of the Progress Party government economic team was Honorable J.H. Mensah. He advised against it, and they never listened to him. You can find all about this in Third World to First World by One Touch, book 9 engineer Robert Wood. Enemy and Kasa Troy.
Soprano. I say we are always. I say I consider and Kwame Piano are pass.
But more institutional and historical knowledge. We need to know where we are coming from.
It's a sense, and your mess is so. It's a near mess is so. And the end, no,
baby, are dead bodies.
Okay, that's it. For my main messages kakrebi and from nafe member now I'm wrap it up my time no aswan sa Mystic Wonder inside in Sawama Droji, the incoming deputy communication officer in Sawama Droji. Good afternoon to you, Mami Biama, to whom much is given, much is expected. So the government should listen to the teachers. No, the abano. Nanekia Moabuatia Blikuma Central and was say good afternoon. Okay, I think I've read that one. Mr. Taygov Estes Tema. Now, good afternoon. Please tell the NDC man at your studio that if they bring former President John Mahama 10 times, they will lose 10 times because of Dumso. That which happened during his time from 2013 to 2016. We can't live under Dumso again. Mokaila Jonas, and also please ask Richard where exactly within what Pause and Kwe that Mahama built the cashew bank. That's it. He should be precise because we are all indigenous from there. You pass my village, Kerry, before getting to where he's talking about. I haven't seen any cashew bank there.
Yes, I may respond to or not. The offering quanta. Now you are going to Kui, Power Kuya, also Tia. Before be free a Greek. So be do Kumasi Junction. There's a cashew bank there.
Okay.
Yes.
Enoka Samanka say Eno Consodia, but the mess we are in today is as a result of super incompetent management team led by President Akufo-Addo, and here we are. NPP never again. My regards to Madi Jabril and now also so Ede Abba. I think Ankuma first have dealt with your own. MAAME BIAMAH, good afternoon. The former President John Kufuor had the opportunity to quickly change the Ghana's constitution, 1992 constitution, Article 71 during his time. But because he realized that it is going to benefit him, Mr. John Kufuor and his government at the time refused to change the constitution. Is also the cause of Ghana's problem. Now we are facing Canada, Japan, come and save Ghana for us. Nana Fen, Edway Africa, so and or no so Ede Abba. Sir John Boadu, Nana B, Salah Mustafa, and Kejemfua are the best choice for national executive positions. Greetings to Engineer Odai Laye of Crow and Honorable Clifford Take Pole of Teshi Ford School. Abele and Odiwe Eba, yeah. And the crack, na sio kwa winter so no sweet mother, good job. Greetings to Yaya Kasim, Ata, aka As, Asam, what Asaman, Amasaman, and on no so Ochiano. Anube, take one, wrap up, Mamma, and one. Yes,
you see, baby, I don't know. I know, say, baby, I don't know. The MPP has failed Ghanaians, but you see, Debbie Ameka. Oshe Niesi Okromu Hanyina is bound down to what? Two no governance. The Abembi Bono just one Nimbia won't name she. When you say a mambo ne you'll be up. When you say a mambo is Kedia, the nearby junior.
That's it.
And to never patch out the solution. Solution is say you were bearing Babia and they didn't John Dramani Mahama. Was Sumbu Magana for Baby Obey Bida. Now so Babioma. We're going to focus on sectors like the technical entrepreneur vocational education.
Thank you very
much. That will
much.
build a quality healthcare.
Richard Manuribe, NDC Communications Director for what?
Aspiring Communication Officer.
Aspiring Communication Officer for OT Region. Soprano,
yes,
wrap it up, Mami.
William Shakespeare.
1 minute.
Sure. Anyway, and so I'll paraphrase William Shakespeare. Say Ghanaians no should, I was saying our president, or offer national dialogue under the circumstances because untimi enye ejumano. So that the winter of our discontent with the Akufo-Addo administration would be turned into a glorious summer of good economic policies I benefit Ghana for so
okay.
It's me one my president in the moment. But still, we love him and we wish him the best in the interest of Ghana.
Thank you very much, Soprano Sapo and Oten and Can and Nempen from you know. And as that day, Kwame other day, your friend went to me and as that day, Katomin Krakra, also the Kaja, Meno Kwashia and Kayenche, and Sylvester Sapon Soprano. Director of Communications of the CPP, and that day NPP Communication Team Member Wama, and Richard Manribe, NDC Communications Team Member, and also so Ebeboye, Madam Penyufoyina Ase, telephone lines are not yet be at 0302 243-540. Obey to me, Afre. Now do I drink Abba? Come on. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Maybe I told you, baby, Afrefi.
But Mr. Quati news with you.
I told you 30 seconds.
Yo, me da say. The more can say, me tiaming and mom was studio no. Nanado and can say, it is entry and coso and sacrifice it. When we call on the edition for more enjoy. It is entry and coso and sacrifice it. When we call no hard target, no tremor.
Me da say, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Bacho dini baby Afrefi.
Yes, I'm going to
Yo, yet you. 30 seconds.
Hello. What's your name?
What time is why? Medasipi. Hello, good afternoon.
abenia baba akopɛ wa unia bema mo ani fitani o
amani yetio
why are the pa mami ntia ona bo paransa the incoming general secretary me the ministers mi bu say coming kwa all the secretaries ni na omu vote mu na out because your party ni e kono ye ni nyi ho na me kanti Ghana for say e sinye COVID-19 any Russia way na enye de na do ko beko IMF da na me come na to yesi say ye wadwuma yo enye Ghana kwa na ayade e me kan no me da se
hello good afternoon yeah jo yetio
did indicate how for obosoma say ku yapim
yo yetio
agi amamu na ku fodo bu trukatantan ri Ukraine any covid ya nyanko pobu fu shibe ba omoso adenti america sa oyare be ika ku fodo nyi entumi nkomu studio ho Ukraine to ko Ukraine fu nan kaza kwampuro omo ni wo haubia eye ye wechi na sebi yemba ku fodo ka teacher forces omo ntumi ndiye awata so dise so na wo tuwe wo so ko ge ai o kwa me for ko pebusia na wo sorry wa high play na wo high no the can suit aye play as
Medase pe hello good afternoon
Hello
Pacho dini bebe afrefe
Pacho Kwame MPP ni me ka free tissue
yo yetio Kwame
na me to say ejanka IMF we me mo pa bi betimi akọ Eurobond yebetimi akọ ananso yebetimi yimpanimfo te yewura kene Japan mo ne despite mo businessman takom akọ se yekoya announcement Europe ne US ni adin na anse wo bia o pese wo discover wura economy ni Ghana yo gold wa ha enti wa wo de bia $5 million be wura ma yebetu gold yebema be $7 million gold where be too long a union the bama it will be on Fesicani and Penipa Bank 2000 near the gold equisia was saying yes near this can be a bit to gold way
Medasipi hello good afternoon
after be a man saying
Yami adum yanko
the college because free amamole ubeti ga frame tabro yabo for ya adum am contest deputy communication officer o to go consider share ke pie ni wiase ha me ka Ghana ha aye de ma ye mampo ni na kufado ye vice president any finance minister who be na ye omanyi the some people mu gene papa no mo ko president Mahama no mo fa ma no say akwa ubuoni usihono ana competent Mahama papa ni catch them say amamu na ye bete ubu amamu da unye president da competent Mahama sumo say reality na show complete of 56 billion
Medasipi hello good afternoon
hello good afternoon
Pacho dini bebe afrefe
free at what abenase
yo yetio
because say the ma na for na say it is Ukraine ho eni ho a na covid ni ho a ho na di bibi be share so ona o Ghana hiding two na I was asking you the one sassy pa that wo eti Ghana ha prison for na mo go na ye mo bi ani this street I bet na ye for prison for ye ni so no mo fe no e fa nya afo ye nya dia ni ni stop na be you stop na na e koro so ka na pe ni ko me da ka me ko na ka ade be chere ko mu ni la da ya ma so na ka youth mu ma so be for ma na.
This is serious Medase this is too serious hello good afternoon
one afternoon mami bu amana pomo je
Nyame ado dini bebe afrefe
me dey na na kwa me trefi ni boy town
Yetio
da village madi wona wa be ja ko madi discuss o man no ma ya de en ba bi a chema ma check do bi a me tiano ana chema jo a chema na kakra me kan se o hwe ye fa IMF ko ntama ye kan ho a o hwe Bank of Ghana World Bank report ko de ba ye yes 2020 kura covid no much man almost 1 billion na no yan dinya panya shi na 2 billion and then ye de beye expense wa ye wo ma wi eno na mmoa ye man puntu no yes ye di esika ko hwem ni enya so mpato no ye nko ye
Medasipi hello good afternoon
Papa no problem say
Koko udin
Dr. Numan ye kama committee 2 Pachowa really me fa che mo dika kra ko ma Mr. Bankwa ebo why incoming chairman Pinaba uni bibi say Ghana say yes see you benefit na every was na number kon kan say ade be tank benefit na wu na ka youth na be take over youth no subaya ya na no e de tete ya na no bi de wo benefit mo no bi ne we mu youth ni ya mu youth no na kwa koda kwa kwata ma kwa da business performance go ko be putu so that say because ono afa na ko pe say wo be ware wo be ware wa hu ne ma e afa na ko pe no enya e ti ade ba ko ni say eye say de wo hwe na boche fosi e bon pa na if you want fasting, it can follow the job here and the man bedding pepper so agree. What I said, yes,
that's it. Yeah, that's it. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Afternoon. What do you need, baby? It's you.
Hey, now, Richard. Richard, there's an walk. And you know my boy thing, no. Dead ghost now, you need JDM, no. Radio. Oh yeah, no more saying na buy na say na say MVP buy no mu say that problems ni na oh yeah politics bi ya jehuna analyze ya de ne say yes adina wo kan say na betimi aye na mama wo ko we na mama fro na mo kan enye dead go to ya o ka say the vice president yiri mi ka say teacher ni say yeah mama talk china enye talk onu a
Medase, hello, good afternoon.
Hey, what I'm not
saying, so Dini baby Afrifi.
Nanji boy,
yo, Nanji, it's you.
Yadika, my memoir about my papa, I go point out, go my Ghana. And I'm in check for a black and quiet incoming at not time. No side. I think I'm carrying a more than Mammy, then I'm in the house to the kind. Subana dear, who are near the Awona. A bit was better than Sunny Ama. It is a Subana dear, but the one is a Sadia, and what I know so as a son.
It has sippy. I was your funny education in ACA, the Asadai, the BIAMAH production crew, Joe Damia, Dumak Jerry, Sajma, Frema, Bankro, Nanaya Safo, Isaac, Brobe, or Say Brobe, GIJ, Anna, or Yadamunina, say Moram Shenim, Medina, Mami Betty, a home HM, Miss Sorry, so Lamaka, Beja, Jaji, and Tata, Eddie Akofimidi, Eddie Mami, BIAMAH, what's your friend BMZ1, Macrow.